Hey everyone! I was like waiting, I was like, maybe Steve is gonna cut right before I say it. Who knows?
Damn! So close!
What's going on, guys? Welcome to episode 2 of Magic at Mostead here at Arcane Focus. I'm Mike, and joining me once again are my amazing players. We have Amber.
And the cat.
The cat. We have Steve.
I'm the strong guy.
You are. And we have Temple.
I'm the cat in the game, but not in real life.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is getting confusing.
He's got issues, so he's very anxious, so he's followed me around like a chicle all week. So he's just gonna very much sit there, just like how he does when I have to work.
Before we do anything, the first thing I want to do is announce a couple of the followers that we got when we were offline. So a big thank you to Lost or Not for following, as well as ACU. Thank you guys for following. Hopefully we do get our audience when the announcement goes out. But I actually do have a few announcements for us before we begin. First off, I know that when we go through our 10-minute break, so sort of a rundown of how we do the show, is that we go on for about 2 hours, take a 10-minute break, and the remainder of the stream is after that 10-minute break. During that 10-minute break, it can be a little boring. So what I'm currently doing is I will be rewatching the old episodes and taking out the best lines that our players have said, and just sort of making a compilation of the best lines.
Temple's like, oh no.
Probably oh no's, and you say something that probably...
We know what clip is going to be on repeat.
Yeah, fun time.
Oh, man.
And I'm happy that you said clip, mainly because I'm going to be dusting off those old video editing skills, and hopefully I can start making some clips for you guys to watch, which would be nice. Also, when it comes to other announcements... Oh, you're going to say something?
Oh, nothing. I thought Steve froze for a second.
Yeah. When it comes to our merch, we do still have our merch. We have the Arcane Focus t-shirt as well as the mug. I did some resizing of the logo itself. That way it wasn't like from like end to end. It was sort of a little more appropriate, centered.
We actually got them. They're on the way, but you know.
Yeah, I know that some of us have purchased our own merch. I, for one, have purchased a shirt. And I know that Temple got herself a mug.
I got a mug.
So when that comes in, we'll be showing that off, which will be exciting. And lastly, I think I found a way for chat to directly be involved within the game and not kind of derail it in any certain way. We'll see if that comes into play. Depends on if where our players go to and if they run across this opportunity. Who knows? But we'll see. But let's go ahead and change the music a bit. Yeah. So, let's go ahead and do a recap of what happened last time. So the last time we left off, our newly banded adventurers, Savannah, Rowley, and Vera, were headed to the cliff-covered inn within the city of Cilia for some much-needed rest. All three of them.
Much needed.
Much needed. But unfortunately, after experiencing the annual event that they house here at the Cliff-Covered Inn, they were thrust in downwards into the depths of a mine that was made.
Floor.
Yeah, under the floorboards of the Cliff-Covered Inn, due to a dancing Goliath, river dancing Goliath. They went ahead and escorted the civilians that fell with them, went through the cave-like mines, fought a giant black-furred wolf-like creature, and succeeded to kill it and fend it off from eating anyone, which was nice. Afterwards, they were escorted to Oscar, the guild leader of Cilia, and were tasked to deliver a wagon of meat to the spider-like creature Axion. After realization that the meat itself wasn't enough for the spider, for the trade, for meat for silk, the party ran in a mad dash.
Discord's freezing on me. Great.
Is everything okay?
Uh Uh-oh, SpaghettiOs.
I can hear you guys, so let me know if anything happens. Regardless, they ran from Axion and his family and his children. And they then went to... Let's see if I can remember his name here. To Feck Middledeep, the owner of Spider Silk, a shop here that's given much renown, has been renowned in these parts for really expensive and fine clothing, where the silk was supposed to be going to. After some talks between the small halfling individual, you did express your disdain towards Oscar and the fact that you have a feeling that maybe this was on purpose or something occurred where he led you to this cave without enough meat.
That's putting it mildly.
Yes, yeah, pretty much, mildly. In his own discomfort, after hearing this news, he actually offered to walk with you to Oscar's main abode to discuss what occurred. And that's where we're gonna pick up right now. So you guys are currently, and it's about mid to late evening, making your ways upwards towards the hill where Oscar's mansion sits. There, joining you, of course, is the 3-foot Feck Middledeep with his light skin, black hair with a really deep widow's peak, just sort of walking along with you with his small rimmed glasses.
That must be a sight, because we're all pretty tall.
Yeah, compared to him, you are dwarfing this individual. He almost looks like a boot compared to you guys.
Das Boot.
Yeah.
I like it already.
Walking up the hill, you do see the familiar sight of Cindy Outswitch, the assistant to the guild leader, currently just sort of sweeping the front yard. Oh, well, actually, no, I just remember where we left off.
We went past her.
You
We're
went
going up the
past her.
stairs.
You went upstairs in a mad dash and actually opened the doors.
Uh-huh.
And that is where we pick up. Thank you. I almost forgot. So currently what you've done is as you open the doors to the office of Oscar, you do see him sort of writing down a few things, sees you. Oh, good! You made it! How was it?
It was interesting. Have you met our friend? Oh, I cannot think of what was our shopkeeper's
Feck.
name?
Feck.
Feck. You know Feck, don't you?
Oh, well, of course, Feck! Now you can go ahead and receive your... And immediately before he even finishes his line, keep your mouth shut, Mortencio. Sorry, I believe you folks have the floor. And sort of ushers for all three of you.
Vera's just gonna put her mace down and put her hands over it like this and look him dead in the eye and put it like forcibly down on his desk.
Everyone starts to see the white color of Vera's hair start to give a small shade of red.
Oh no, she's pissed. Like it's like beet red at this point.
So tell us, when was the last time you fed your friend the spider?
I fed him.
Answer the woman!
I don't know what's come across you folks, but
We had a very interesting conversation with Axion. It seems that you shortchanged him, very much like you shortchanged us, and I'm about 2 seconds from taking your head off. So what the hell?
Now answer her questions honestly.
First of all,
It is be me who will be tearing you limb from limb.
you could see like a bit of a conflict of sort of an authority trying to project this, and then seeing these larger folks way, feet higher than him, kind of just all gang up on him, and you could see his eyes sort of dashing from left to right. Well, honestly, in answer to your question, miss, we fed him last month as per our agreement. Honestly, we gave him the right amount.
She asked you how much.
The appropriate amount.
And what
Which
is that?
The appropriate amount, including us three, was that the appropriate amount? Because
How
that's how
dare you, miss?
That's what
how
Axion
much
said.
he thought he
Yes.
was going to get.
We feed that beast 80 pounds of meat every month. I ordered the right amount and then some. I'm quite insulted. We followed everything by the books. Everything was clean and a crystal clear deal.
Maybe you should go talk to him then.
No, Vera, I have a better idea. What say we go back to him, and we take him a nice morsel for dessert? Our friend here.
Look, I'm telling you folks the truth. I gave you the appropriate amount. I'd ordered it from Varsall, and we had it delivered. Obviously, we don't
And
have...
do your deliverers always come back?
Of course, they deliver and they leave back to Varsall, and any troops that we've assigned of this task always come back.
Doesn't seem the sort when you said you had trouble finding troops to go in the first place.
Well, of course, we're still a starting city. We don't have that much in terms of guards.
Who did you send last?
A couple of guards from Varsall.
Where are they now?
Perhaps back at the city.
Call them.
If you're okay with waiting. Honestly, everything is on the up and up. The dwarf man who delivered, he can confirm my story. He delivered the meat from Varsall. He is a butcher. Go talk to him. He stayed at a local shack for a few days. I can give you the key.
I'm not really buying this. I don't know about you.
I'd like to roll an insight.
Yeah.
Feel free.
Did you get advantage?
Nat 1! The first
Wow.
Nat 1 of the day. I totally believe him. Guys, you know what? He's telling the truth.
You.
Well, someone's
He's
not
telling you
the truth in
he's
this
telling you
I
a
just don't
story.
know who.
Well, hold on. For
I believe it.
For Rolly, he's telling you this, the steps to this particular outcome, and you're like, makes sense. And you can't really read him whether or not he's lying or not, but you're tending to lean in his favor right now.
I don't believe I'm worth a damn.
Do you want?
That right there. Hold on. That.
Oh, that right? Yeah, right there.
That right there. Yeah, that tells me otherwise.
Vera, go ahead and roll. I know you said you wanted to roll an insight as well, so we'll allow one more roll between the group.
That's a 10.
10.
Oh, Lord.
You can't tell whether or not he's being deceitful.
Bad dice.
It sounds like he's telling the truth. I swear, I'm not here to kill people. We're still starting.
Okay, that's understandable. We almost got eaten. What are you going to do about this?
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure he's not going to let somebody else walk up over there.
You see the small halfling sort of walk in between both Vera and Savannah as kind of squeezes through. Mortensio, you put him in mortal danger. You need to pay these individuals for such an occurrence. What did he promise you? Huh?
17 gold each, which is not worth my life.
17 gold? To meet what Axion? Are you insane? You can see the mayor right now is starting to like turn a bit beet red, though he is a half-orc individual himself with paler skin. You could see that a little bit of a color is coming to his cheeks. Fine. I am a man of my word. I'm not here to cause any harm. I promise 17 gold each. I will raise that amount.
By what?
20, and you could see immediately that the halfling is sort of just shaking his head. We don't have much to provide, but
I don't have much either other than my life, and I deem it very valuable.
I will provide an additional 25 gold to each of you folks. 30 gold in total. That is 90 gold.
100.
Make a persuasion check.
Better roll better than stupid die.
I'm like, Vera, turn your hair pretty color.
It's
Turn
pretty.
it RGB.
I will say compared to
13.
to like the background and the different arts that sort of decorate this entire space, it's a pretty red. It's a bright rose red. What did you roll?
Only a 13.
Only a 13. I am more than doubling this. I will provide you 90 gold each, or 90 gold in total, so 30 each.
I'll say you said eat.
How about 100 gold and we don't go blathering around town that you try to kill some of your community?
It would be my word against yours, miss. And first of all, I was not deceitful. I was honest. Everything was on the up and up. If you want to confirm my story, speak to the Dwarfen man. Or you can see the numerous receipts we have here from Varsall. 90 gold.
Or,
Well,
okay, we'll take if we take the 90 gold, we take some of the silk with us.
Wait. I think our friend here would be more interested in the nice message that Axton has for him. Of course, that message almost cost us our life. It's not going to come cheap, and you'd be wise to heed it.
Make me an intimidation check.
Oh, I'm good with those.
Rolly.
Yeah, natural 20. Nice.
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 This is ridiculous.
Oh, that's what we very
Is
much
it?
thought too.
You can see a bit of like frustration growing. Fine. Keep the 5 gold you've already received, and I will provide an additional 100. That's for each of you to split. But know that I'm not here to cause harm. I am working with you folks, and to your request, miss, the additional silk, that's up to Mr. Middledeep.
I look at Feck.
He kind of looks at you and goes, we'll discuss it later.
I'll agree to that.
So then I'm going to look at Oscar, and I'm going to just dead in the eye, right? A message from Axton. His family grows.
Well,
You underfeed him. If the next time you see the next group of people you're sending to feed him will be the last time you see them. Heed those words wisely.
Well, then I guess we'll make sure that we provide more food to the beast. And perhaps it is time that I do speak to him. We had an agreement before. Regardless, that is none of your concern, sir.
You are correct.
He reaches underneath the desk itself and slides over a bag. 100 gold. Now I
Grab
would
my paws.
politely ask you all folks to leave my office.
I take my mace out of his desk.
You see a bit of a frustration come to his face. You can see even like the tusk, he's almost like if anyone were to like, like kind of suck on your teeth when you're angry, he's kind of doing the same, but like behind his tusk.
I haven't moved. I'm still there while they grab all the gold. I'm just looking him dead in the eyes.
Rolly, let's go.
Leave before I call the guards. What little we have
Good
left.
day, sir.
So I get like
day.
33 pieces each, plus the 5 we already had.
That's up to you. So you already have the 5 that you received from the beginning of the assignment, and you have an additional 100 gold that you can split between you all. That is up to you how you want to split it.
Who wants to do math?
Well, if you divide it, it's 33.33. That's why I said if you just want to do 33 for each, plus the 5 we already got.
If you want, you can do math during the break. It's up to you. Or you can do it when some other individual's talking. But you folks walk down the stairs. You do see Cindy sort of standing behind the door as she opens it after hearing the argument ensue. She sort of gives a wide eye to you all and then kind of gives a wide eye to Oscar, who kind of gives a side glance and... Okay, let me lead you folks out. Start to go down the stairs and outdoors. It right now is becoming nighttime. The sun is starting to go down, the moon is starting to rise. Standing outdoors with the lanterns hanging from the outside of the abode, Feck looks towards you all. That's quite ridiculous. I want to apologize on behalf of the city. I'm quite disappointed in our guild master's actions.
Is he always this way?
No, actually. Well, depends on how you define this way.
Schemy.
Somewhat. Oscar and I made that accord with Axion during the early years of the town, and Oscar definitely has himself a silver tongue, but I believe he has the brain of a sponge.
Don't have to tell me twice.
May I ask you folks a favor?
Depends on the favor.
I'll provide you some silk, but in a year's time, please return to Celia. Every year we elect re-elect a guild leader, and I haven't ran, mainly because I've been busy with my own shop. But if you help me become guild leader, I want to help this town. Think about it. This town has been here for about 70 years now. Still fairly young compared to the rest of the kingdom. But unfinished buildings? Roads? A mine that leads to a local inn. This should have been fixed within the first few years. We're on our 70th.
How big was Axion when you made that deal?
Well, quite large, and especially in my case, dear. You folks are quite large to me. I would say about 18 feet.
Is that smaller than when we seen him?
He was about 20 feet when you last saw him.
I think the better question would be how big was his family?
Oh, he always surrounded himself with quite a large family. I couldn't tell you directly, dear.
Was his deal ever revised at any point?
No, not in the 70 years that we've been working with him. Once a month, we provide him 80 pounds of food, and he provides us 80 pounds of silk. It's simple as that.
Well, he didn't seem real thrilled with that amount that we gave him.
Not thrilled at all.
So
That's a
either
good way to
it
put
was your lovely friend in there, or somebody scheming against your lovely friend in there.
Oscar doesn't have that many,
Friends?
no, enemies. Definitely not friends, either both, but not enough where he's made an enemy, as far as I'm aware.
Well, we're not big fans either, so I mean...
And with this, like, as you say, silver tongue, are you sure about that?
Well, he's the one who helped start the city in the first place, and he was able to make his way to the guild leader position. He definitely does have some skill.
I think what you're asking is fair enough. I don't mind personally. I can't speak for these two.
And you folks? Would you agree to come back within a year's time?
Rolling? Sure.
Sav, how does this help us?
Think of it this way. By that time, you'll be your famous gladiator, so you can promote.
I don't know.
Well, think of it this, young man. What good would it do to you if you were friends with a guild leader of a city? Think.
You could grow connections, put it that way.
Yes, and you'd be appointing me as the guild leader, and I would finally get some things done around here.
Yeah, I'm not, considering I wasn't in a city before, we've fallen through the floor and gotten eaten, almost.
Exactly.
So, and
Twice.
in a very short amount of time.
It's quite ridiculous.
I guess.
Excellent.
I guess.
Well, I appreciate, the agreement.
What was his last name?
Middledeep. His name is Feck Middledeep. He goes to the cart that you guys have been sort of carrying around, and he brings out these sort of almost silvered engraved shears, and then and he'll provide you 2 pounds of silk each, enough to create a piece of clothing from. So go ahead and mark that you have 2 pounds of spider silk. Take this to a tailor such as myself, if you would like to do that now, or if you... It does take some time, though, I will admit, about 2 days of work. But go to any tailors. If they're skilled enough, they can go ahead and work with it. And you can make yourself something quite designing, quite desirable.
And when do you need me to come back to do the whole... Then she'll point to her hair.
You'll point to your hair?
Yeah, because he asked her to come back so he could watch her do the change.
Oh, whenever you're free, dear.
Okay, well, it doesn't exactly work like how you think it works.
That's why it's so exciting.
Okay.
would-
Vera's like slightly disturbed. But okay.
How is that?
I'll say you're under a bit of a confusion, so your hair turns a sort of a bright purple.
Yeah.
And he kind of watches as it turns from this red to the purple, and he's like, that's incredible. Quite incredible. I will freely admit that I'm not quite used to individuals who can do such a thing with their appearance. So
Well, my whole family can do it, but we don't exactly come down this way much.
what's your surname?
Kavad.
Kavad.
Father's also a guild master.
Really?
Not nearly as cheap or as slimy as him, though.
Well, I'll definitely keep the name in mind. Maybe I'll make a few connections.
Do you ever meet Cyrus? That's my father.
Cyrus Kavad. Good to know. Well, I appreciate the offer, and I hope you enjoy the silk. Oh, I took this from his desk since he was offering it, but if you folks want it, he hands you the key that Oscar was offering in terms of the Dwarven man who delivered the meat.
Oh.
I mean, I guess we could go talk to him.
Well, I'll leave you folks to it. I'm gonna head back and open the shop for the remaining about an hour and a half we have until full night. Have your folks a good evening.
Night.
He grabs the cart, which again is about his height, and he sort of walks down the hill.
Should we go see... Do you need help with that?
Oh, I've done this for years. I'm fine.
I think he's fine.
Should we
Honestly,
go...
I don't know really what I'm gonna do with this silk.
We'll get you a nice shirt made, or some pants, or we can sell it. But it's soft.
And strong.
Eh.
That's probably more important. Should we go back to the inn and see if we can even get in there?
So you were
It's
informed
late.
that the Dwarven's individuals, he's not living in the inn. He's living in a shack space.
No, I'm just saying for us to stay the night.
Oh,
'cause
yeah,
we
you can-
had
yeah.
rooms.
You can definitely head there if you wish.
I don't know.
Yeah, we can do that. I mean, do we have to see the dwarf man? At this point,
I'm not gonna go see him tonight. I mean, we got what we wanted out of it.
Okay.
Yeah, we do best to go talk to him at some point, just to, verify what our nice little friend Oscar said, but I'm not,
What was Oscar?
I'm not.
He's an orc?
He was a half orc.
Alright.
have to.
That slimy bastard.
So we can go ahead and say that as you guys make your way back to the cliff-covered inn, you do see a few guards who are currently talking to one another outside of the establishment. As you walk in, you do see what looks like to be almost like the equivalent of almost like threads and wrapping around the open hole, which is causing this big draft sort of protruding upwards. It's quite cold in here as opposed to when it was warm from earlier today, or earlier from the night. Oh no, from yesterday. You guys spent the night. From yesterday, I should say. You do see Edna, who's currently talking to a few guards and a few patrons, and sees you all. Kind of calls you over.
Step around the hole.
Yeah. It's off to your right, so it's not like you have to go around it. More like half the inn now, or half the bar area and the stage is gone. She looks towards you all. Oh, are you folks okay?
A little tiffed, but okay.
I was quite worried. You folks fell. I don't know how far.
What was that?
But you did save Owendo. and that you have my thanks. Speaking of which, she kind of reaches into a pack and slides you 2 copper for Savannah and Rolly for the drinks you paid on the house.
Appreciate it, but
We're
it's
gonna,
okay.
we're
I'm gonna
just
slide
gonna-
the copper back to her.
I was like, we're just gonna
and then point at the
continue-
floor.
We're just gonna continue drinking.
Sounds like a deal. Don't worry about the floor. I'll be working with the guild leaders. And
I have to ask, did you know they were mining under your inn?
I didn't know they were mining underneath our inn. I knew they were mining within the mountains below. I didn't know it would reach this far. You can see her like sort of scratch her chin, kind of like in a. I mean, that's quite a distance.
What are they mining for?
Oh, or precious sediment that they can use to continue building the town. Anything useful.
This town, no offense, seems a little backwards.
We're fairly new, dear.
I don't blame you. I blame the person that's making the decisions. Who mines underneath a building?
Poor planners. That's who.
Do you mind if we stay here? We kind of don't have anywhere to go.
Of course. We're lacking in rooms, though. We've been using some of them to, well, let's just say that we've lost a few. And she kind of points up, and you see some of these support beams were sort of like almost like caved in a little bit, and you can see what looks like to be maybe a room in on the top floor, on the second floor that's sort of caved in. We've lost about 2 rooms. But if you folks don't mind bunking within one room, I can provide you one.
I mean, we've been staying together. Do you mind, Sarah?
I don't. As long as you don't try and kill me in the middle of the night, I'm more than fine.
I'm fine, but I can't say anything about the big man.
Funny hair, change color.
I don't think I got too much to worry about.
Perfect.
Hey!
Well, the key I gave you, Vera, that should still work. It's room 102.
Thank you.
Of course. Have yourself a good night.
You too. Any word on that other wolf by chance?
Oh, I don't know. I haven't spoken to the guards about that. I've been more concerned about the hole in my establishment.
Understood. Just
Let's go tomorrow. Let's go find that wolf.
don't be going into the woods by yourself.
I'll make a note of that. I'll ask around while you folks have your rest.
Alright. Well,
Aye.
All right. Well, we'll say that you guys go up to your room. There is sort of like a 2-queen bedroom scenario where there is 2 queen beds, a window that looks out from the second story down the hill, so you can see sort of further in, and you can see bits of peaks of trees off in the distance. It's a simple room.
Can you curl up in the window? Like, is it like a bay window thing, or is it just like one pane that's like against a wall?
Oh, it's like a two shutter window. Or if you wanted to, you can open 2 shutters, and it's about maybe about 4.5 to 5 feet.
All right.
When?
I'll curl up in there.
Oh, do you mean like it's a bay window? You can actually sleep there?
Yeah.
No, unfortunately not.
Well, I'll sleep
So
next to it.
Is there enough room between the beds for like a straw mat?
Oh yeah, no. There's some space between the beds.
Okay, so I'm gonna say you with the hair there, Sav there, and then I roll out the straw mat in like the middle on the floor, me here. Good night.
I mean, I was fine with sleeping on the floor. I've slept on the dirt, but all right, thank you.
I'm already on it.
Just
it
looks
is-
at her.
Don't mind him. He's a little just used to his ways.
The girl will just get in the blankets.
I'll say it is a stark improvement from from what you guys, all of you, even you, Rolly, who's currently sleeping on the floor, than what you've experienced in the last few days. And for you, Vera, even longer. The fact that you are now in a shelter, covered from the elements from outside, as well as being in a nice, comfy bed, or in your case, Rolly,
A bed.
yeah, something to sleep in that you could be attacked by bugs or like wild creatures is very comforting to you.
Oh, dude, I'm stoked that I don't have to deal with any scarecrows. Super stoked.
Yeah, don't look outside.
This is vacation for me right now.
And it's quite nice where it's like, oh, finally some security. And the fact that you also have some other individuals who kind of emulate that same feeling, it's a little bit of camaraderie and that's a little comforting. And you guys have yourself a night.
I may or may not have put a blanket over Rolly since he decided to stay on the floor.
Oh. Let me go ahead and press this now. You guys awaken, and you can hear the song of a bird singing from the outside. There we go.
How early is it?
I'll say it's up to you. You can definitely, like, the sunlight could hit your eyes and you can go back to sleep if you wish. But you don't know what time it is outside right now as the dawn starts to break.
So I'm gonna get up, I'm gonna hear the birds singing out the window, walk up to the windowsill and say, "Shut up!"
Everyone is awake right now. After hearing the loud guttural roar from Rolly, yelling, "Shut up!" to the birds.
Do you have against birds?
Why must they sing so goddamn early? I'm trying to sleep.
It's what they do. Jesus.
I'll say, Rolly, since you're the only one near the window, you do see on a branch a few feet away, maybe about 50 feet, you do see a bunch of birds just book it from the scene.
To which I'll respond, "Good, assholes. Go back to sleep."
We'll say that you folks rest for a little longer, maybe about another hour or two. But finally you are awoken, getting your things ready. What would you like to do?
Well, I gotta go to Ice and be.
Is this what you tell the party?
Yeah. See,
Well, you said you had
that's
to go
north,
where?
right? It's north, out of character.
It's north.
Okay.
I think the only issue is that I don't think any of you have a map.
No, I gotta go find one. Well, my plan was to go to, I don't know if you've been there, but Icenby. Apparently I have a house there that I haven't been staying in. And I have some unfinished business to take care of. You two are more than welcome to come.
I mean, we have our own business. Yeah.
Yeah,
Right?
my friend needs to get me a set of armor.
That as well. Is there a blacksmith in said town?
Is there a blacksmith in said town?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I mean, your armor's very nice. I'm just gonna tap the armor.
I mean, I could always ask a couple of favors to see if maybe we can get him some armor.
Oh!
Sure, we can join your trip.
But just keep in mind, I'm going to be visiting with some soldiers, so they shouldn't cause any issue.
Are they the unsavory types?
No, they're my fiance's old troop. I have to meet with one of them.
I mean, as
Okay.
long as they're... Wait.
Is there any good food there?
Yeah.
Ooh, Sav, I've always wanted to go try different cuisine. We should totally do that.
They
I'll
have
say
an
it's-
open
it's,
market.
I'll say it's common knowledge, maybe to only you, Rolly, as the town Icenby is mentioned. You know that it is the Sildon Kingdom's capital. So a fairly large city filled with people, trade of all sorts, and obviously, since it's so close to the crown, it probably has some pretty good food, especially if the crown royal family wants something.
Oh, that just changes everything. Let me walk back everything I said. It's gonna go more like this. Sav, did you hear that? Icenby! That's freaking Eisenby. What are we waiting for? Dude, you know how much armor they have there.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know how much armor they have there?
I mean, it's a little bit of a trick, but I think it'll be well worth it in the end.
Worth it. Worth it.
Fine, we can go.
Good.
As you folks start to get your gear ready and your equipment, you head downstairs, and before you leave the front door of the cliff-covered inn, you do see Edna, who kind of waves you folks in. So, I've been asking around about that wolf creature that you were speaking of last night.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, they've gone ahead and captured one. Was there more than one?
Is it a black wolf?
It was black as night.
There was 2. We killed the other one.
I did
Was it
see
a big one?
it was quite large, larger than any wolf I've ever seen.
With red eyes.
I didn't see the eyes, mainly because it didn't have a head. It was being carried on a pike,
Ew.
or I should say, horizontal pike, carried from across the town. Seems that the guards took heed of your warning and did some research in their own investigation and found it.
Well, at least we know the guards are competent around here.
To a point.
More competent than their... Never mind.
So, with that information, you are now outside of the cliff-covered inn. What would you like to do?
Oh, I was gonna tell her something.
Oh, sure. You can go and tell her something.
And I'm gonna tell her thank you, and then tell her if Pops ever finds his way to Eisenby, tell him to mention my name.
Oh, of course. I'll extend the favor.
Thank you. And I'll leave.
All right. Back to my question. What would you guys like to do?
So, how far is this journey?
DM.
A few days travel.
Few days travel.
But
I need to find a map. So if we can find somebody in town that can get us a map, it will be a lot easier to travel there. It's been...
Well, what else is in this town?
roll me an investigation check, guys.
All of us?
Oh, yeah.
Can I give myself guidance?
Yes, you can.
I actually...
It's a small
Guidance.
town. I hear the small clinking of a D4.
Come on. Hey man, every point counts.
That wasn't much. It's a 15.
I
16?
rolled 12.
16?
16? 15 and 16 is definitely what you needed as you walk around the space. It is still a small town. You can definitely tell where most of the buildings here are completed. Off to the south, you do see what looks like to be a small collection of general shops. And then, of course, off to the west, you do see what looks like to be like small pop-up sheds. But you do make your way south. There you do see what looks like to be just a Celia general shop. As you walk in, a human, middle age, looks at you all. Good morning.
Morning.
Anything I can get you folks?
Happen to have any
Map?
maps?
We do have a map of the kingdom. That's what you're looking for.
I need a way to
That-
show us to Eisenby.
Oh, then you need a map for the kingdom. Kind of reaches back and pulls a few, wrapped pieces of parchment and slaps it down onto the table and sort of unfurls it. So this will show you all the major and minor cities, Eisenby.
How much is it?
10 gold, please.
10 gold for a map?
How big is the map?
It's quite large, and you can actually even see your hometown, Rolly, which is on like the opposite side of the kingdom. It's up to date.
You really can't do better than 10 gold?
Make me a persuasion check.
Uh-oh. Can I
Damn it,
give
I'm
her
not prepared
guidance?
for this.
Now, again, guidance is more of a
I know,
you say
I
something
know.
with your breath and do an
I'm
action.
gonna
He'll see
bug you
that.
though every time.
Not good. 14?
He looks at you and looks at the map. All right, 8 gold.
I look at Vera. I'm like,
What if I
Huh?
I don't know, what if I find you breakfast or something, then what?
I have my brother getting me breakfast right now. It's okay.
Jesus Christ. Okay, I don't got time for this. Fine, 8 gold.
You hand him the 8 gold. Alright, kind of rolls up the map. So in Astral, guys, I'm going to go ahead and make this available. So on the left-hand side where you'll see documents and handouts, you will now see the map of the Sildon Kingdom. And I'll go ahead and show the audience as well.
Ah, look, I'm right there.
Here we go. So this is the complete map of the Sildon Kingdom. As you're currently looking through it, you can see where the man is sort of tapping on
I'm
the
over there.
left-hand side. All this is land of the kingdom. Isenby, the capital, right here in Cilia. At a gate, that's independent, but we work closely with them. So,
What's the quickest route there?
to where?
Isenby.
Oh, you want to head west to Varsall, and then cut through the canyon go towards Arkling.
I'm gonna pretend I know what the hell he's talking about.
Basically, what he's trying to tell you is that you can make your way from Cilia down to Varsall, which is sort of a southwest direction. Go towards between the two mountain spaces, and then make your way directly left to Arkling, and then up to Isenby. A few days travel.
Is there like a horse and carriage or something?
You could probably find that in Varsall.
Alright.
I think we should just go.
Anything else you guys want?
What else you got?
Oh, I didn't expect you to ask that.
Do you have rations?
Yeah, we have rations.
How much?
Let me actually look up the price of rations. What's wrong?
The city's a tightwad and too overpriced.
This is the cost of things, guys. This is what it is.
Yo, 10
Don't
gold
we
for
have
a
a
map.
thief?
Yeah, pay us 1 gold to almost die.
All right.
Wait. Don't we have a thief?
You do.
What are you talking about?
All right. So 1 day of rations is 5 silver pieces.
1 day.
Yeah.
Well, Vera don't eat that much. She just...
You are in a backwards water town. They don't have a lot of money to pay you, but they are going at strict market prices.
I mean, I have my explorer's pack. It's got some shit in there.
Yeah, I think some
It's
of you.
got 10 days of rations.
I think all of you do have by default 10 days worth of rations.
I don't think I'm like, so we're good on that.
But
What else is in this store?
We're all pissed off. What else the hell is in here?
we have like pikes if you want to like scale a mountain, rope.
Did we lose our rope?
I don't think so.
I did.
I don't
I
think
didn't
so.
get it back.
Oh, did you not? Oh, yeah. I think you may have lost your rope, Rolly.
Yeah.
Technically, we're still in town, so I can go get it.
You
How
lost
much
it
for the rope?
I think you lost it within the cave, didn't you?
Yeah. We didn't take it.
Oh, wrong cave. Yeah, we
Yeah.
lost the rope.
Yeah. So
how-
hey Vera, could you take a look and see what we might be missing? Sab, why don't you come with me real quick?
Okay.
Well, what?
I'm gonna step outside the store real quick.
Sure. You guys exit out of the building.
Walk her into like the closest little alleyway.
Sure.
Hey,
Yeah.
I need a rope.
Okay.
Steal me a rope.
What's
Don't
in it
give
for
me that face.
What's in it for me?
How much is the
A
rope?
rope.
A rope is 1 gold for 50 feet.
She just pays for it and walks out.
As you guys are having this discussion, like, steal me the rope. I don't know. What's it for me? You just see Vera just sort of walk in with this 10-pound rope, 50 feet, just...
Oh
Here.
crap! Did you steal this rope?
No.
Dude, she's a better thief than you are.
You
Oh
can
my
hear from
God.
you can hear from
Thank
within
you
the
for
shop.
announcing to the world that I'm a thief.
Well, a really crappy one.
Listen,
Ah.
where we're going, don't steal from people. And I paid for the rope. It's the least I can do.
You can hear from within the
Aw.
shop. Thank you.
I think that one's missing. You're welcome, missing some brain cells. But anyway, let's go.
What?
Drink your
Nothing.
coffee.
Thank you,
Have a
sir.
nice day.
Bye, sir.
Thank you. Have a nice day.
Jesus.
All right.
I
God,
think
he was
I'm
dumb.
So, where to,
Temple's
guys?
just dying. Well, I guess Varsall.
Okay, so look at map. Where are we going?
So let's see. You guys can make your way to Varsall, which is a few days travel southwest. There is the shack area to about sort of stark west, not southwest.
Well, we need a horse, right? So
We have to go to Varsall for the whole.
Yeah. I guess we should do that.
Okay.
Oh, so we have to go like this.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Let's go get the ponies.
If we have any money left for the ponies.
Well, we would have money if someone didn't pay for rope.
Hey, mine was only 1 gold.
Roll me a perception check, guys, as you guys start to make your way slightly west. You haven't exited out of the city limits, but
Natural 1. F that. My dice.
17.
5. I
Rolly,
noticed nothing. I'm angry.
as everyone is sort of not paying attention, just sort of looking at the environment around you, Rolly, you do hear what sounds to be, oh
Uh-oh.
no,
What just happened?
we lost
Lost temple.
What
lost temple.
Uh-oh.
There we go.
There she is.
I'm like, I don't know what I just did.
Oh, turn on video.
Click join
Video?
with camera. Yeah.
Sorry,
There we go.
guys.
So, Rolly, what
Terrible.
you hear is you start to hear sounding of horse hooves on stone and dirt. There you turn to your right and you do see what looks like to be a horse with a dwarven rider making its way southwest from the shack area. With a 17, I'll say you do recognize the face. It was the same guy who delivered the meats.
Hey, that's the guy!
What guy?
The guy who delivered the meats, the last dude.
Where?
He's over there. You don't hear him?
You with the direction from Rolly, you do see the ever small, or ever sort of going further in distance dwarven rider.
How far is he from us?
He's kind of racing it, so I think horses can move on. He's about 300 feet away from you guys.
I mean, that's one hell of a run, but okay.
Well, he was already going, and as you guys are currently getting everyone's attention, he's going even further.
Do you really want to find out if we got short-cheated, Rolly? Is that what this is?
I mean, it would be a very instrumental role if we come back next year and we try to overthrow the guild leader. You know, it'd make a very compelling case. Hey, there's the guy that can prove that, we were getting shortchanged.
He has a point. Are you in a rush to get to your city?
Kind of, but I'll feign interest.
That's the spirit. And I'm gonna start running towards the guy and I'm gonna start screaming, like, "Hey! Wait!"
You scream, running further west towards where the dirt road is. Off to your left, you do see what looks to be nothing but trees, and off to the right, you do see like the gated shack area. But he is going further and further. As far as you're aware, he didn't hear you, or doesn't care to turn around.
So you said he's 300 feet, right?
He was 300 feet when you got everyone's attention, but he is continuously making distance.
Okay. Let's see if this will work.
You're not gonna throw me, are you?
No! Why would I do that?
I don't know.
now.
Why would you do that?
Right
don't
now.
know. You're making it very appealing, though. So, I have, how you say, javelins.
Mm-hmm.
And if
Nice.
my screams aren't enough to get his attention, maybe my javelins will.
Okay.
300 feet though?
Oh, plus 300. It's currently he's a little further now.
Hey, as long as I can get it, like, in his general direction, I think we'll be fine.
Sure.
But where did they go? Here we go.
So a javelin has a range of 30 to 120 feet max.
Oh, well, I
Yeah.
guess that. There goes that idea. There goes that idea. Guys, any help? Ideas?
I don't have anything that could reach that far.
I mean, the only thing I could think of is we run after him and try to stay on his tail until he stops, but who knows where that's gonna lead us.
It will occur to you that you do have a key to a shack.
Ah!
Hey, I thought of something. We have the key to his shack.
That we do. Let's
Oh,
go.
we don't need him.
Big brain time.
All right. You go a little further back west, or east, I should say, around the sort of gated space where you do see a bunch of pop-up small wooden shacks, not basically what looks like to be like a Japanese studio apartment, something very small and only there for temporary use. I will say, Rolly, you specifically, since you caught eyes and you saw where he was leaving from, you do know which shack he left from. You head that way. With the key at your side, you open up within the shack, and what you do see, let's go ahead and describe this. Immediately, as the door opens, you are hit with a strong smell of dried fish and almost like rotten meat that permeate the space. A black and green cloak hang near the door. A small bed, about twin size, probably for a dwarf would be nice, and a lantern off in the corner, giving this entire space an ever lit atmosphere.
What are we looking for exactly?
However, hold on. However, the place is a mess. The sheets themselves have been tossed from the bed, and currently it's soaking up a bit of pool of ink from the desk off on the far right. All right, now you may just have to
Okay,
give
well, I
that point.
ask.
What
are
is
we-
that god-awful smell? Ugh.
I think I smell it's like I think it's meat.
I think it was meat. Can I go walk over to the desk
Sure.
and see what's on there?
Roll
I'm gonna
invest-
try to find the source of the smell.
Okay.
I saw a cloak. I want to investigate over there and see if there's anything in the pockets.
Okay, so let's go in order. Everyone make me an investigation check as you're all looking at different things.
And not real high.
I didn't either. That's an 11.
Oh, mine was lower, I think.
Here's one for chat. We
Six.
gotta do this. We gotta do this big. I got a 0.
Oh!
I got
So-
a 6.
Well, let's go from low to high, which would be Rolly, Vera, and then Savannah. So Rolly, as you were investigating, you said the smell, right?
Yeah.
It almost permeates from the entire space. You're not really sure without
We're so thrown off by
fully
the
looking
smell.
around. I think what you do is that you go to like one of the small closets and you open it up quickly, and you just see what looks like to be like just random clothes, boots, nothing too incriminating. What's going on, buddy?
Kid.
But it's still in the
He's just
space.
like-
You can still smell the meats, but it's not where you're currently looking. If you spend some time, I will allow you to get a little further in your investigation. Going from
Okay.
there, Vera.
Uh-huh.
Well, hold on. Actually, Rolly, were you going to say something?
Oh, I was simply gonna say, oh god, the smell is so bad, it's everywhere. Oh.
Vera, as you're kind of looking at the desk, there looks to be what looks like to be an ink
The inkwell?
Yeah, that has been tipped over and has already dipped out all of its contents. You do find, let's see here, a couple of notes, though they don't make a lot of sense, especially all the words that are on these notes. One reads, to the one sour mower over, tree outwards dog toy ABC goodbye. Written in sort of black ink. Above it, you do see written in common, no. Written in red ink.
Can you put that in the chat? Or in our chat so I can write it down later?
I'll say for the sake of this, it's nothing you need to worry about for that much, but it is a note that looks strange.
Can I take it?
You can definitely take it.
Okay, I'm taking it.
Let's see here. What you find, Savannah, behind the green cloak, and you start to go through the pockets. It's pretty much empty. You just find lint, but behind the green cloak looks like to be an old, worn-out sailor's outfit.
Ooh. Just gonna pull it out. Obviously, he's a dwarf, so it won't fit me, but...
You do look inside the internal pockets within the sailor outfit, and you do see what looks like to be, and you recognize this right away, especially with your background. It looks like forged sea passages. So almost like approval to go out to certain areas within sea or out in sea, but it looks like they're forged and still in progress.
So it's not done.
Yeah,
Got
they're not done.
I'm just
But it's clear that it's been forged.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sad.
Yeah, I haven't told you anything, but I am
Sad.
gonna put this. What?
Sad.
What?
Sad.
What?
Sad.
What?
Feel it.
Yes. 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 I will finish the forgery later, because I don't know what happened here. By chance, is there a forgery kit anywhere around?
Roll me another investigation check. And while she's doing that, what are you two doing?
That was a nat 1.
Nat 1?
Vera's stepping out of the room because she does
And
not like
as
this smell.
pretty as these guys are, they have not been kicking in.
I will say after we agreed for you, Rolly, as Vera, you start to walk out with the papers in hand, you take a little more time to investigate, and it doesn't take that much. It's only the fact that you rolled a 0 that you didn't find it right away, but taking some time and just really smell it, you do find what looks like to be like 10 to 15 pounds of meat underneath this guy's bed.
Alright, I rolled a 16 for the second one. I know I wasn't supposed to roll, but I did it anyway, just to redeem myself.
Sounds good. I'll say that you do find... I'll say this. As you duck underneath to look underneath the bed, you find two things. One, you do find the 15 pounds of meat that's sort of been stashed underneath this guy's bed. You turn to your right where the desk is sort of parallel to the bed. You do see what looks like to be like almost like a carving underneath the desk. You find what looks like to be a carving, a circle sigil with a raven mid-flight.
I fucking knew it! Guys!
I just peer back in. What? It reeks in there.
We were being sent to our doom. Come here, check this out.
She'll begrudgingly walk back in because she doesn't like the smell.
Savannah, as you look at the... oh, sorry, you want to say something?
I was gonna just say, remember how our buddy Axton said that we shortchanged him?
Uh-huh.
Proof! And I point to the meat.
Oh, God.
You see
What?
sort of bits of maggots and flies sort of that were sort of circling underneath the
Question
bed.
is, what did this guy have to gain from that? Ugh.
Well, maybe it wasn't this guy specifically. Maybe it was a group of people. Because, and like in an elaborate like show style fashion, I point to the desk for the sigil like, ta-da!
I can imagine like a Sherlock moment where you're like, and then I discovered.
Do any of
I
us,
deduced
do
from
any of us
this
recognize that
evidence.
symbol?
You do not, unfortunately. However, Savannah, as you take a look at the sigil, you do recognize it.
Mm-hmm.
And don't have to say much, but you do know exactly what it means.
I'm
and
gonna
who it belongs
ask,
to.
what does that mean?
I've never seen this before.
I don't. Yeah.
Sav, do you know anything about this?
I think we should go.
I'm gonna
Why?
go with awkward
Did you hear
silence
something?
means bad.
Did you see something? Did you hear something? What?
Let's just go.
What does it mean? I'm not assuming
I-
good.
It's not good. I just think we should go.
Can I roll an insight check?
Go ahead.
This sounds sus. I rolled a 12.
12. Savannah, are you hiding the fact that this is bothering you?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead and roll me a deception check.
Please be good.
Please be bad.
15.
15.
Damn it.
Rolly, what you surmise after looking over Savannah and her reaction is the smell is really bothering her and she just wants to leave.
I think you mean I deduced that.
You deduced it.
With my genius investigative powers, I deduced that she is being bothered by this
Yeah.
overwhelming, overbearing sense.
So,
All right,
Wait a minute,
say
I just
you-
thought about something. You said the symbol was to. Say it again.
The symbol is of a raven mid-flight.
Yeah, you know what? I think we need to talk to this dwarf guy.
Wait,
Vera's just like confused of why we need to
Yeah.
talk to this.
Just don't ask questions.
what do you mean don't ask questions?
Don't ask questions, but I do think we should have a conversation with him.
I would want to know why I have to talk to him.
Yeah, didn't you just say like you wanted to leave? Now all of a sudden you want to talk to this?
It was the smell of the meat, don't worry about it.
You're sus.
Of course I am.
Now I'll roll an insight. I
Oh.
don't believe her.
You can roll an insight.
Question is what?
Savannah, roll me another deception. As
God damn it.
right now you've caught the attention of Vera.
Not
Oh,
gonna
that
be
was
that great.
poor.
I don't think I did it. It's only an 8.
No, you beat it. It
Oh.
was 5. God damn it.
Vera, are we calling an emergency meeting right now?
So what's happening right now, Vera, is that
Vera's just looking at her like this.
You guys
like,
we'll say you guys have currently walked out of the shack, and as you're kind of looking over Savannah and her reaction to Rolly's questions, you get the inkling that she is withholding information. You're not sure how much or what it may be. If it, all you know is that it is severe enough where she doesn't want to talk about it right now.
While I respect your own opinion of this symbol, I very much think we should know what we're walking into before we walk into it.
Okay, so it's okay.
Wait. You're hiding something from us, aren't you?
No, yeah, what do you think, Rolly? Okay. Being that we need to be together, I will tell you this much.
You lied to us.
I
you
didn't
said it was
lie.
the smell.
I just withheld. I didn't lie.
It's probably both.
Rolly's got a little book, and he's gonna take it out of his shirt and he's gonna write something in there like,
Oh,
My
this
new
sounds
list.
so familiar.
just, you know, taking notes.
Well, can we talk about it out here? Because Jesus Christ.
We can definitely
Yeah,
say as
this-
you guys start to. We'll say that you guys start to talk
Cat
and
is
walk
back again.
as you guys make your way west.
Kitty.
So we'll say that you are making some ground as you guys start to walk in the morning.
Well, out with it.
Wait, before we begin, did you at least take that forgery thing?
What did you think? Hold it up.
And you did take the paper, right? All right.
Yes.
I know the symbol from my home. Don't really want to. I just kind of want to get a message back there because I may or may not be in trouble. I don't even know.
Wait. What?
What the big one
We
said.
talked about this, Rolly. This is why I asked you for help.
You were running from the guards. That's what you told me.
Yes.
Now I can see why you're concerned about my armor.
Oh, what are you hiding?
Just let's just let's just not talk about it. Let's just go.
Hold on, let me see if I can do something. Has to be willing
Let's
though.
see here.
And no, actually, it's not the guards that are mostly my concern, but I do think we should check in.
By the way, Sav, if you don't have Twitch chat open right now,
I don't.
you should.
God.
Thank you, Theo. Hashtag trust issues. Hashtag.
Savannah, roll me a perception check real quick. As you start to make your way west.
17.
17. You catch just a slight glimmer, or just a slight view of the papers that Vera is holding.
Oh, I wasn't hiding it.
Yeah, well, you're holding, you're walking and talking, but you still have it out right now in your hand. And Savannah, as you sort of turn your head and sort of look at the papers that she's holding, the writing catches your attention. It is written in thieves' cant.
Oh. Do you mind if I take a glance at that, Vera?
Only if you're going to be forthright on what it says.
Yes. I'll tell you what it says.
She'll hand it over.
All right.
Alright. I can read what it says, correct?
Yeah, so it looks like a jumble. For anyone else who doesn't know what thieves' cant is, it looks like a jumble of words. Once again, I'll read it to you again. It says, the one sour moreover tree outwards dog, toy ABC goodbye. And you're like, oh, child's play. I know what this means. You read it in thieves' cant. It says, follow and apprehend. No one cheats us, but we can strike a deal. And it doesn't have a signature, but it does say the location, or at least not the location, the group that you're well aware of, south. Written in common above that, it says no in large red letters.
So is the no the response to this?
You can assume so.
I'm gonna relay this to the party. So he was making a deal with someone.
Wait. How? What do you mean? I don't understand this jarble.
It's in code.
You know how you kept loving telling everybody I was a thief?
Was I wrong?
Yes, I'm not a thief, I'm a runner. I just happen to be friends with some.
So you're a thief.
No.
It's gonna be a very long journey.
I just hand Vera back the papers. That's what it says. You can trust me if you like, but I am going to put it out there. If you don't trust me now, this is not going to work out. Then you guys go look at the chat.
Oh man, I'm not looking at chat, Shed.
Yeah.
Fine.
I will
You're not a
trust
thief.
as long as
You're-
you give me reason to. I
Yeah.
don't feel the need to question unless you give me a reason.
Same.
Yes. Fine. I'll change my stance. You're not a thief. You're a long-term borrower.
Who are
Thanks,
they trying?
Theo.
Any idea on who they're trying to apprehend? Is that you or somebody else?
Alright, this I'm going to have to EDM. And can I roll an insight check? Try to put in my memory of anything.
Roll me I'll give you
Gotta
the
roll a
option.
memory check.
Memory check.
Memory check.
Usually that's an intelligence check.
Thank you. Can I?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. That totally just bounced off freaking... Okay, hold on. Oh, I should have kept it. That's a 6.
6. You've, in your early years, we'll say, to keep it brief, you've definitely done your own work in different fields. And this could be anyone.
And Nothing's coming to mind right now. There's so many people it could be related to.
God, how much have you gotten around?
What is that supposed to mean?
I mean in your work, duh.
I acquired things. And no, they're not stolen. I get things for people. That's what runners do.
I think we
I
should
get
keep
paid
going.
for it. People pay me for it. That's not stealing.
Vera's gonna look at her like questionably and just be like, "Can we go now?" Or
Yes,
are
we
gonna-"
can go now. God damn.
All right. As you guys make your way further west, we'll say that as it becomes night now, you guys are unimpeded in your travels. I'm assuming you guys make camp for the night?
Yeah,
Sure.
I have a tinder box I can light up.
As the sun starts to drop within the large canopy above you, you can tell that the area itself is more forest than it is road, so you do have to sort of make your way further into the forest to find a nice open patch of an area. So the way we're going to work when it comes to perception checks for night and taking night watches, you're going to choose 2 individuals. So we're going to have 2 watches, basically. You can have 2 individuals on 1 watch, or you can just have 1 individual on 1 watch. Something like that. So who's taking the first watch?
I didn't do a watch the last time, so I'll take one.
Okay. Are you going alone, or is anyone joining her?
I'm gonna go cut up a tree so we have wood to burn.
Okay.
I'll join her then.
Sure. So then we'll have you do that before you go to bed, Rolly, because you are a human. You do require some sleep. So as you start to get wood and materials for a fire, you do procure them easily enough. Especially if someone of your size, you can definitely chop down a tree. Probably not a large one, but a good size of one.
That's all I need.
Make your way make your own fire here, and you're the first one to knock out. But Vera and Savannah,
Just
go
look
ahead and
over.
roll me either individual perception checks or one with advantage.
I'll let her roll with advantage.
All right, so Savannah, roll me a perception with advantage.
So the first one is 17 and 9.
9. So that'll be
So
the
we'll take the
17.
17.
Yeah. You start to look around the space. It's quite quiet in here. Only the sound of what sounds to be night, birds like owls and the such, as well as the random sound of small woodland creatures moving from bush to bush and tree to tree.
I know.
Yeah, you're just kind of going all over the place. You can hear all this. You kind of squint your eyes and look further north. Currently, you're still continuing west, but if you were to ever get lost, you can definitely tell that you should never head north in your specific location. Looks like there's poison oak to the north. So you notice that right away, which is good. But other than that, it's quite, unless you guys have something to say as your watch is continuing.
I feel like I'm just writing stuff down in my journal
Sure.
as I look around.
I'm gonna mention to her, I'm like, we should probably look out for the poison oak heading north.
I feel like you gotta warn the big one.
Deep snoring noises.
I don't know what I'm gonna do with him.
He's not gonna
He's
wake
nice,
us up
though.
and yell at the birds again, is he?
Probably.
Hey.
It's okay. I'll go catch a rabbit or something, and he can be happy with food.
Before we go.
Deep snoring intensifies.
All right. Anything else, guys?
Vera just kind of pokes him
No.
with a stick.
Heavy sleeper.
Oh boy. Glad we took watch. Anyway, she's
All right.
just gonna lean back.
Second watch now as you both begin your rest. Rolly, you are woken up for the second watch.
What? Is it?
Do
is
me
it
a
my
favor.
turn?
Don't scream at any birds, otherwise I'm gonna punch you. And she's gonna lie down.
But how are you gonna punch me in your sleep?
Rolling, look at me.
Huh? Huh?
Look.
What?
Hi. Hi.
see those plants over there?
No.
Smack.
Ow! What was that for?
Wake up. Pay attention.
Fine.
Don't go north.
Don't
You
go
may
south.
have to
Got
explain to him what north is.
Okay. I'm gonna scratch on the bark. You see this?
it. That was a pretty tree. Why'd you cut it up?
Okay. There's poison oak over there. Unless you want a big rash, don't go over there.
Okay.
Alright,
All
I'm
right.
going to sleep.
It's itchy in that direction.
Roll me, roll me. Wow, a perception
Wow.
check with disadvantage.
Perception, you said?
Yep.
Just staring at those leaves.
6.
6.
Oof.
It's
No.
dark. The only light you have is from the dwindling campfire that you have in the middle while your companions are resting. You could hear a bit of the night, nighttime animals that sort of scurry around you, but nothing occurs through the night.
Oh, thank God it wasn't the scarecrow.
Before we hit morning, Vera, as you sleep,
No.
excuse me as I change maybe some music here.
Uh-oh.
I'm asleep.
You're asleep, you're asleep, you're asleep, you're asleep.
It's like when I open.
Vera,
Yes.
your eyes open, and you're
Am I
currently
asleep or am I awake?
You are currently what looks like to be high in a waist-high, endless pool, almost like an ocean on every direction that reaches about maybe a little above your waist. You are not in your armor.
Oh.
The only light that you have between this endless night above you is a large half-circular moon that's sort of rising from the horizon, that's casting this one ever-bright light from it. You can see the reflection of the moon within the pools as well. As you start to make your way north in the only direction you can see,
Trying to
which
get
is
the hell out of the water.
and you don't see any land. The only direction you see is forward towards the moon. As you start to make your way that way, you can hear, "Hey, it'll be okay."
I'll look around to see where I heard it from.
I know. But it'll be okay. I have to go.
Do I recognize the voice?
It's his emergency order from the commander. You do recognize the voice.
Oh, shit.
Bit of a fuzz. I'll be back, Vera. No need to worry. And the voice itself is almost coming from all directions. As you start to move through the water, you start to see the moon getting larger and larger as you start to make more distance towards it, but then it starts to shrink. And you can feel a bit of a pull at your waist. You look behind you and you see nothing but an endless abyss and a waterfall. You start to make your way as fast as you can, but the current is too strong and it pulls you over. You then, as your body falls off the cliff,
Oh.
and you are just falling, and you can see the last remaining light coming from the moon, and just water poured down upon you. Your body instinctually prepares for a landing, and you turn away from the light and from the water. Water from all directions just falling down as you start to fall along with it, and just nothing but abyss.
Can I scream?
You try and nothing comes out. And you then see what looks like to be a figure lit by a single light.
Spooky.
It's so far away that it's hard to tell, but you could just tell it's an individual in almost like an uncomfortable pose, like they fell as well. As it starts getting closer and closer and closer and closer, you do recognize the body, and you are starting to head towards him. And before you hit, you awaken. You are sweating, and the cool air coming from the mountain area of Cilia is just brushing upon you, and it's causing a deep freeze.
I feel like I would scream and then I would just go running, like out of freaking out.
Roll me a d4.
So about that,
2.
Rolly
Two?
has 2 hand axes at the ready, and he's kind of scared shitless of the dark.
You were relaxing, Rolly, as you were just... It's morning now. That's sort of the point, is that she sort of awakens as it's morning. And you were finishing your watch as you're currently kind of still resting a bit. Immediately as the sun starts to break, you just see Vera spring from her position sleeping and start to scream bloody murder. Savannah, you are awoken by the screams, and immediately you start to head north.
Wait,
Tor-
there!
Oh, God!
No, stop!
She's just
I'm
ready.
gonna take off after her.
Well, she's already going. Vera, roll me a DC. Sorry, not
Wait,
DC.
what is it called?
a
Can I
con
use my
save.
cat agility to go after her?
Can I use my sheer
Don't I have
willpower
advantage
to...
on those?
No.
Can I use my feline agility to go after her?
You are still trying to get your surroundings.
Pretty sure I fail because that's a 4.
A 4.
Oh, shit.
You and everyone sees this. Walk into the patch of poison oak that was warned upon you, but you are leaning like one forearm
like this.
against the sort of the patch of greenery,
Oh,
and
rip.
you're trying to catch your breath. Immediately,
Hi, kitty.
you start to feel a bit of a swelling come from your arm.
Oh.
Everyone sees this, but you guys are all awakened. You all have the benefit of a long rest. Take any advantages that came with it.
I feel like she's not showing it on her face, but her body is very much showing where you just see like ice like going everywhere.
What is everyone is seeing right now looks like to be bright white hair coming from the coloration takes over. Then it switches to over what looks like to be a red, and then it switches to a blue, and then a white, and it just sort of circles between all of this until it finally finalizes on a bright white coloration.
She's like RGB right now.
Yeah. The pain from the, or at least the annoyance and sort of the irritation from this, from the disturbance, or I can't think of a better word on your forearm, sort
The
of
rash.
breaks you back into consciousness and back to, okay, where am I?
Son of a bitch.
You're okay now. Just really shooken up.
What the hell was that?
Try not to laugh. And she's just gonna look at you, but she's like, her eyes are just like white right now.
Are you okay?
Just old demons, I think, haunting me.
Dude, she looks like the Ice King right now.
The what?
The story.
You know the story. You know that old guy, the very powerful wizard, goes up to the mountains and he just becomes crazy, like bleach blonde, like bleach white hair. Just
The old
psycho,
bard
man.
tale.
Come on.
I've
You never
had
heard
an
it?
inkling for some time that my better half did not die of natural causes. Or at least in action like they told me.
So does he possess you? Was that what it was about?
I don't know what that was. That hasn't happened to me before, right? That hasn't happened to me before. I was in water and I kept hearing him everywhere, and then I seen him fall. Or at least I thought was looking like him fall, and I was falling too, and then I woke up screaming.
And you say this has never happened to you before?
No.
You've never had a nightmare before?
I've had
is it-
nightmares, but not like that. It was like almost showing me how he died.
Rolly's gonna take out his little notebook, like, interesting.
Listen, I know you want to go see that dwarf, but I don't think I have time anymore.
So if we forget about the dwarf for a second, if we go to this town of yours and we go do what you gotta do, is that gonna stop all of this from happening? Or is it gonna make it worse?
I don't know. I didn't go to his funeral.
Wait,
You didn't go to
Cody-
your own fiance's funeral.
What?
I kind of made a scene very much like what happened there. I was walking with my mother-in-law and they gave me his armor and his dog tags and told me what had happened, and I kind of stepped away, but I also turned translucent light and because I had too much emotion.
So what you just did right now, you did before.
Yeah, but on a grander scale.
So then what you just told us was not true. You've done this before.
I've never had the nightmares before. I've done that before,
I mean,
unfortunately.
she's faced that before. She faced up in the cave, remember?
Yeah. Your question to her was, has she ever had a nightmare like this before? And she answered truthfully.
No, that's the same. Like, no, Rolly. She said the face up. Face up's the thing she did in the cave. When you got knocked down, remember?
You got up again?
Yes, thank you for reminding me.
I
Like, you
didn't.
told everyone I was a thief.
I didn't go because I didn't think I could handle it.
And you were right.
That, and you said I'm the rude one.
Noted.
Where are we exactly?
You've traveled one day west towards Varsall. It would probably be another night before you get there.
She'll showed them the letter. I have this from his troop leader. She paid rent on a house that I guess he had for us that I didn't really know about. I guess trying to make amends for his death.
Do you want to read it, or do you want me to?
You can read it. I forgot what it said.
She-
Amber
Wow.
forgot what it said.
Not a word. Not worries. No worries. I say.
The last words of your fiance. Who
No, it's,
no,
it's
no,
not
no.
from my fiance.
No.
No. This is. Pay attention.
So
Ah,
what
I'm confused.
what she provides you is a letter written with an official seal from the Eisenby crown. Very expensive parchment with very delicate hand written on it. It reads the following: To Miss Vera Kevda.
But
Come on. You always have to remind me things.
I know.
I know this must be tough, but I wanted to inform you that if you ever wish to come back to your home within Eisenby, that is still here and being taken care of. Uthiel was an amazing soldier and quite a pleasure to work with. I have taken the liberty to pay for your home's rent for the following year, while you are away, and I have been caring for poor Mary Kane as well. Please feel free to visit sometime. Signed, Lily Underwood.
That's her last name. My pen stopped working. That was never mind. Got it.
Okay.
But you know what? Fine. Let's just go on to Varsall and we'll figure it out from there.
Yeah, so first, before we lose the fire completely, breakfast? Yes?
Alright, I was supposed to go get rabbits. Hold on.
Roll me a survival
Oh.
check. Savannah.
Survival is wisdom?
Yes.
Yes.
18.
18. It takes you about 20 to 30 minutes, some time to stake around the area. Definitely the presence of individuals such as yourself has disturbed a little bit of the wildlife to sort of keep away from the fire. You do go out further into the forest, not too far enough where you can't see the campsite anymore, but you do hear the sound of familiar game with I believe you have a short bow on hand.
Yes.
Yeah. Pull back a bit, aim at a bush, and not move from that space for about 5 minutes. Eventually, the creatures within the bush itself get a sense that there is no more movement, but little they know that you get them, or at least get one fairly large size rabbit with your bow. pick up the arrow with the rabbit still hanging on it, straight through the skull. Lead it back to the group where you can have breakfast.
So, happy?
That will do. Thank you.
I just throw it down and take out the dagger, start cleaning it.
Yeah.
You like rabbit, right, Vera?
I don't eat much. I'm not too picky.
And you watch Savannah do this, almost like with her eyes closed, just sort of take out the pelt itself, remove the innards, cut the edible parts of the creature, and then immediately find like sharp sticks and whittling them down to bits of like pikes, and just sticking them over the fire.
We have
Slowly
skewers.
twist them, basically. And within, I will say, about 15 minutes time, you have breakfast already ready, and you guys can enjoy that. We will push on just a bit, unless you have something you'd like to discuss.
No. She's just gonna kind of sit there awkwardly and play with her food.
Eventually, I'll say if you want to bring your food with you, if you eat it there, you make your...
Do we notice she's being awkward?
She gets... Roll me an insight check.
I'm not really hiding it. I'm
No.
just like...
I want to see how well they can...
Ooh, a nat 20.
A nat 20. You do absorb a bit that she's a bit somber right now. She has discussed about her long-lost fiance, so you can piece together the mixed emotions as well as the strong feeling of sadness.
So I'm just gonna be like, take a larger piece of rabbit and be like,
I'm okay. I think you need to give it to the one that eats more. Thank you, though.
Yeah.
I don't even say anything.
It's a large rabbit, but you're not like handful like if it was like a cow. It's just like you're taking pieces. You're like, no, I'll take that too. Yeah, sure. Just taking pieces. We'll say for the sake of brevity, you make your way further west, bit southwest. A nice walk, and it's kind of doing you well, Vera. You know, the fact that it's a bit quiet between your party. Time to think, time to decompress, and time to relax, especially here out in the nature that you fawn so well.
I wanted to do this. I'm not going to actually do it, but I'm just like, it's going to be a weird habit of hers to just like randomly hum, like while she's walking.
Okay. You hear a bit of a... Make me a performance check, actually. Let's see how well...
Oh, let's see if it's not horrible. Can I give myself guidance so she doesn't sound like a dead frog?
Sure.
Woo, kitty.
We'll say how well this happens.
Huh. Probably didn't need the guidance.
Wait, are you now an opera singer? With,
19.
Like, amazing
19
voice?
minus 2, so 17 because you are being affected by the rash
Okay.
still, so it's kind of bothering you, but still fairly good.
Where was that 17 or... Sorry.
Yeah. She is currently humming, and it sounds outworldly, almost like a tune you've never heard. If it wasn't for the fact that she was clank 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 with walking as she's walking west with her chainmail, you would have been convinced that she's a bard. It's a very very well hummed tune.
That's very pretty.
Oh. She doesn't normally realize she does it. Yeah, I used to do that for my little sister.
Really?
She's bigger now that I'm aware of, but she's still very young at heart, I guess you could say. Now my older sister, that's a different story.
So it's quite lovely.
Thank you.
All right.
It's funny. My older sister used to bring me trinkets when she would visit me.
Well, she's very innocent and very kind-hearted. She hasn't had to deal with much in this world yet. I'd like to keep her that way for a little while longer.
Where's she now?
At home. She doesn't really come out. She used to follow me and my brother sometimes. My older sister, she's kind of a, for lack of a better term, stick in the mud. very much into her work and not much else. Also very not sympathetic, so not the greatest role model.
That's so funny. I have an older brother who's just like that, but the polar opposite. We're not a great role model, but worthless.
Oh, I put in cave music. No.
Well, I mean, family's family, right? To each their own.
Duh.
They all kind
I
of
miss-
don't look like me, though. I think my brother's probably the most striking one, or kind of stick out.
I still miss my little brother. I wish he were here right now.
Same.
The little ones are the sweet ones. It's the older ones, the pain in your... Well, you know.
Yeah, definitely can relate to that.
Am I the only one that liked their sibling? I looked up to mine. She was the reason I became a runner in the first place.
If you ever meet her, you'll see what I mean.
Imagine, if you will, Savannah, imagine your sister, right? The one you look up to so much. The one who's your role model, right? Then imagine that all she did, day in and day out, was drink. Nothing but drink after drink. Nothing done around, nothing done around the house. Just went nowhere. Didn't contribute anything. Just stayed in your house, drank all your beer.
He sounds
did
like a
nothing.
peach.
No, when you put it that way, I'm that. Shiba wasn't like that.
Oh, good to know.
Well, I guess role model's a different, not the appropriate word. I guess she would be a role model for a citizen, just not for a sister. When all this happened, she didn't understand why I was sad, and very much focused on why I was even marrying a human in the first place, because they have such a short lifespan, in her words. So we don't exactly see eye to eye.
Well, with the exception of my brother, we generally tend to live a fun and fulfilling life, even if it is short. But enough of the pleasantries. How much longer until we
Well,
get to...
After the bit of a connection here, especially talking about family, you guys make your way further west as the sun starts to dip down once again. After looking at the map and looking at the I guess landmarks. Yeah, there it is. You can definitely tell that you're only a few hours away, though it's time to rest. You've been walking for an entire day. Roll me, everyone, before the night has fully set, a perception check. Everyone.
I'm gonna try this dice.
Ooh, that was a 22.
That's a 7.
Ooh. Oh, well.
12.
12. Savannah, what you see right away, off the beaten path, looks like to be a cart that is tipped over and abandoned, with what looks like to be multiple bottles that have fallen over the trunk.
Did she point this out to us?
Up to her.
That was Savannah. Would I point it? I'm gonna kind of point, but I'm just gonna keep kind of rent.
What?
Okay, so Savannah immediately starts to book it towards the cart, correct?
Yes.
Yes, but she does point it. She goes like, "Oh, hey!"
Wait.
She's currently walking. She's already kind of making
Okay,
her
well,
way there.
I'm running after her going,
Okay.
wait.
I'm not even gonna bother.
Savannah, as you get sort of sliding down a bit of this curvature down to where the cart is, roll me an investigation check.
This did not end well the last time I did this.
What you see, though, I'll say right away as you guys start to get closer to this vehicle, it is a very well decorative
Unnat
cart.
20.
Unnat 20, Jesus.
Yay, better rolls finally.
It looks like it was transporting something. You do find a few things. So first off, you do find what looks like to be 2 bottles of wine that are sealed. You also find what looks like to be 7 bottles of wine that have been scattered around the back end of this cart that are currently broken, and you do see what looks like to be small discoloration in the ground. Long now starting to fade out due to the weather and the outdoor conditions. There are almost like slots where these wine bottles would go into, and sort of a door that would keep them safe. As you start to count up the bottles themselves, there are 3 bottles that are missing. You make your way to the front end of the cart, where you do find a small box that's been sort of stuffed underneath one of the chairs, or sort of the seating spaces where a driver would command horses to keep this cart going. You open it up. You do find what looks to be 6 gold, 9 silver, and a business card with a heavy parchment that says Uncle Sal's Winery, Revine. You rolled an unnatural 20, right?
Yeah.
You, being the person you are, start to tap the bottom of this small box, and right away you recognize that there is a false bottom.
So we're gonna pop that off.
You can hear it definitely. There's something in there, and you pop the false bottom off, and you do find 200 gold pieces.
Oh shit. I mean,
We're
that's
rich.
shit.
Currently, right now, you're
running after
keeping your
her.
best distance because of your last experience,
Yeah.
Vera. Roll, you're kind of following behind, and you kind of stop where Vera is. Savannah, you're the only one who's recognized this, and it's up to you if you want to tell your companions.
I'm gonna keep the box quiet for a little bit.
Sure.
But I am gonna tell them, like, you guys like wine?
Yeah?
Come grab some.
Wait, these are all broken.
Not all. Let's just point out the 3.
Oh, the 2 bottles of wine that are still
two,
sealed.
2 bottles of wine.
There are 3 missing.
Wait,
Can I
so
look for-
you didn't put it in your pouch? Because I saw you doing that when you went into the cart.
What are you talking about?
So what she's done is that she's walked to the back end of the cart where you guys are, showed the 2 bottles of wine, made her way to the front where she sort of blocked a little bit by the back end of the cart, and is currently going through boxes and underneath the seats. That's where she found the box. But it's up to her what she wants to do with the box.
Can I
No,
look
I'm
for
gonna keep the
tracks?
box. Huh?
Oh no, I was asking like.
Oh, what
I'm
was it?
gonna keep the.
Go ahead.
No, I'm gonna keep the box. I'll let them know they have the box. I'm not gonna say anything yet about the money. So.
Okay. She does have a silver box in her hand, but she is holding 2 sealed bottles of wine.
Yo, yeah, give me that. I'm gonna grab one of the bottles and look at it. Can I investigate to see if I recognize the wine?
Sure.
17.
17. You do recognize there is a seal on it that does say... I just had the name. What happened to it?
Revine.
Sal's.
Uncle
From
Sal's
Vera-
Winery from Revine.
Nearby. Revine. Yeah.
You do recognize
Do I-
where you know where Revine is, especially if you look on the map as well. It's your neighboring city.
Is it any good? Have
Yes,
I heard of
it's-
this before?
No, it's great wine. It's from my hometown.
I'm not asking you, I'm asking the DM.
Oh well.
Has Rolly
With my
ever?
17 of my.
You know what?
Okay.
We'll say that more than likely your brother has brought over this particular,
I should have
liquor-
found that so funny, but I
liquor
mean, of
from
course he would.
Revine. You know, he's procured a
course.
few and has probably shared it with you at times, and it's quite tasty, fruity. It's more like a dessert wine.
I'm gonna look at Vera and say, this is exactly what that sleazebag would drink all the. Well,
I'm gonna look for tracks. Vera's not interested in the alcohol at the moment.
Roll me a survival check. As the sun starts to continue down, it's currently becoming
Ooh.
nighttime.
That bounced and it was still good. I'm surprised. Survival. Oh, a natural 20.
Unnatural 20. You don't see footsteps, per se.
She's just looking.
You do
around
see
her.
what looks like to be signs of disturbance within the foliage further deep into the woods. And as the sun starts to fully set, you do see a small campfire about 50 or 60 feet further north within the forest.
She's just gonna hold her finger to her mouth and then start walking. And she's gonna point.
Everyone sees Vera do this. She sort of like, something catches her attention and she starts to make motion towards the north.
Instinctively, I'm gonna grab the bottle of wine in my hand and I'll put it in my pack.
Yeah, just quickly
Just
put that
like-
sucker away.
Okay.
Same, put the box in my bag, and I'm just gonna follow suit behind them quietly.
You
Does nobody else grab the second bottle?
No, I didn't grab any.
No.
second bottle, put it away. So you have 2
yeah.
bottles of wine, mark that, and you also have a silver box, and you know the contents of it, Savannah, so go ahead and mark that down. As you make your way further north, so we worked this, or we talked about this, Amber, as a player, about what Sylvan means. So it doesn't mean it's the...
Yeah, we did it wrong, even though I asked the DM, and the DM did
Yeah.
it wrong.
I did it wrong. So we're going to go ahead and correct that. It is not the speech of animals,
It's a speech of
unfortunately.
fey creatures.
But you do hear Sylvan being spoken.
Do I understand? What did they say?
You're currently too far away, but you do hear a bit of giggling, high-pitched voices talking to one another. They sound feminine.
I peer over.
You doing it stealthily?
Yeah, even though I have disadvantage.
Roll me a stealth check.
Would either Savannah or myself be able
I
to
can't
hear
give
it?
myself guidance.
At this point, you do hear voices,
Something.
but it sounds almost like a breathy language.
DM.
It's something that. Hold on, let me describe it. I have to do multiple things.
I know, but I don't
It
wanna
sounds
roll.
almost like a breathy discussion, but the words don't hit you where you recognize what they're saying. What was your question?
Can I use guidance?
Yes, you can.
Achoo.
Those sniffles.
Oh, that one was a good one. Damn. Okay, I'll take that. An 11.
An 11. You start to peer
Clank.
closer. Yeah, making the sound of your metallic, armor through the woods and trees. With your passive perception, I'll say, for a brief half second, you do see what looks like to be small, floating. Well, maybe floating is the wrong word. Fluttering creatures, all female, speaking to one another, and you do hear what sounds to be like laughter and jokes being told. Immediately, as they start to hear the sound of a branch snapping, they go invisible.
Freaking. Do I know what those are? I think I know what those are.
No idea. What?
The last thing you
They
hear
hear-
as everyone else sort of follows behind, you're currently looking at a empty campground where with about 3 open bottles, some of them haven't already drank. And Vera's just sort of looking around. Do you recognize these? You would.
I was gonna say, I think we talked about that if I would.
Yeah, you recognize those as pixies.
Shit. It's those little devils.
With your passive perception, you can still hear a bit of fluttering in the space.
What? Why are we here? Is this where they were before?
Pixies are a pain in the butt.
Wait, Pixie.
Wait, what? I look at Savannah. What the hell's a? What's a pic? What the hell? What?
I'm gonna say, I'm gonna say in Sylvan out loud. I know you're there, you drunkards. Come out.
Everyone hears Savannah and Rolly. You hear Vera say, almost like in a breathy tone, "Hus, hus, ma, sia." And what you then, everyone else hears sort of a response in a higher pitched tone. But you do hear in Sylvan, "We're not drunk."
Yes, you are. In Sylvan.
They kind of giggle a bit, and then everyone else sees them start to apparate above the trees and start to flutter down. What you do
what the
see,
hell is that?
what you do see are small creatures about 1 foot in size, like barely 1 foot too. You do see one they're all bright green skinned, with long elven features. All of them do have long red hair, well, considered by their own size long red hair, and what looks to be bright green butterflied wings.
I'm gonna ask, did you do that? And point to the wagon.
They giggle a bit.
What did you do with the person in there?
Oh, he ran. We didn't do anything harmful.
The whole cart's turned over.
Well, he shouldn't have that harsh of a reaction to beautiful ladies such as ourselves.
You're
Besides,
awful.
It's interesting to see all this like.
they look towards.
Like, she's just like, you're awful.
They look towards the human and the tabaxi. Sorry, she says that in common.
You're not sorry.
Oh God, spoke.
Well,
Hi.
good evening, and good evening, sister. She says that to you, Vera.
What were you looking for?
We were looking for a good time, especially what we went through.
And what did you go through exactly that you felt the need to turn over a person's cart?
We didn't do it. It wasn't our intention. They all start to giggle a bit. We simply appeared. He got surprised. We smelled the familiar scent of alcohol, especially wine, and it was apparently a surprise to the old man, and he crashed, ran off into the forest.
But more importantly, those bottles right there, was that you?
Or the 3 missing bottles?
The 3
Those
missing
were
bottles?
You do
that
notice
you?
3 bottles on this
On
stump. Well, he left, so we figured
Where
finders
did he
keepers.
go?
Where did he go?
He went further west towards
what-
the city.
What did he look like?
Old man. I don't know. Humans look all alike.
Hey, that's rude.
I mean, she's not wrong.
You don't all look alike.
Eh,
Well, we haven't seen that many humans, so they all look alike to
Well,
us.
they haven't seen that many pixies, so what did he look like?
I don't know. Big.
Like
Gray
him?
hair. No, not that big.
hey.
Easy now.
I am very special.
They start to look at you, Vera. Were you born within the Feywild?
Was I?
Or at least your parents told you that, so you know that.
Not that I am aware of, sister.
Shame.
Although I am more familiar with your kind, and so is my family.
Well, we were simply making our way west. Find a new home.
Don't cause any more trouble. You know you're not really, people aren't fond of you here.
Well, that's a shame. We're fun.
Depends on your definition of fun.
I have a question.
Yes. You see the other one who's been sort of keeping quiet. They're all kind of giggling and taking turns talking to one another.
Point to the bottles. Was it any good?
It's quite sweet. Right up our alley. Would you care to join
Okay.
us?
No, we would not care to join you.
Oh, that's a shame.
I'm just
You
gonna
would not
just look
care
at
to
him.
join them.
Really?
Guess I'm sorry. We have to go.
Wait, do we? Oh, right, the thing.
The thing.
Well, it's nighttime.
Pixie ladies, is it okay if we take the cart with us?
Oh, they left the cart. They only took the
They
bottles.
don't care about the cart.
I don't
They
know.
can fly.
If you want the cart, take it. It's slumped over. No horses, but you can have it.
Also, you said something interesting. You said you mess with the men because of the type of day you're having, and now you're looking for new homes. Where are you running to from?
She kind of, you see all 3 pixies sort of turn their eyes towards Vera.
Be honest.
Well, our forest, back in the Feywild, was disturbed, for lack of a better word. And we came here, by the help of a good man, to find a new home.
Man doesn't have blue hair, does he?
He does.
Fucking shit.
I have a sense that you know Vera. With
I just look at Vera like, you know this man?
Where is he?
Well, hold on. Let me correct myself here. Character we are talking about, and what you may be assuming.
I'm assuming it's my brother.
No. So sorry. Let me go ahead and correct that. No, he does not have blue hair. He has sort of a dirty blonde hair.
With a mark on the forehead?
Mm-hmm.
She still looks like.
So my original statement seems like
Same.
you.
Do I know who that is?
You do. It sounds like your father.
Where did my dear old father go, sister?
Wait, what?
Well, he visited our forest,
Yes, he's
Heard
more
of-
fond of you than I am.
heard our plight, and decided to take us with him.
Decided or was persuaded?
What the hell's going on? Well,
Magic folk, I don't know.
maybe caught a ride.
Mm-hmm.
He wouldn't notice.
Yeah, I know. I don't sound like my father to bring pixies back from the Feywild. Considering you're such a pain in the you-know-what.
How rude! We've done nothing but offer you company. For
You know
tonight.
your own reputation.
That's like us saying that every Eldrin has mood swings.
We do have mood swings.
Aha! So you admit it.
We didn't want to say it, and we didn't believe it. But if you say so, then it must be true.
Her hair suddenly is
Yeah, it's just
redder
turning
and
red.
redder.
And like
You're
fall
doing
leaves
it
start
right
falling
now.
off. Where is my father? Since you so politely left him somewhere.
Oh, no, he brought us here, or we hitched a ride and we decided to leave, find ourselves a new home.
And how long ago was that?
Months ago.
Months ago.
You can imagine that time is a bit different here.
Yeah.
We
so, like,
assume months, it's been quite some time. We're very much used to the bright purple and blue and pink sky. The way that the sun slowly makes its way over the crest, and before it turns night, back to day. Here is a bit different. Need fire. Took us some time to get used to that.
You should hide in the forest, away from man, please. And shouldn't be turning over carts because you need an alcohol fix.
We were simply going to ask him if he would spare one or two. Not my fault that he decided to freak out.
Well, you can see by their reaction that you don't exactly, poof, and then there's a pixie in the middle of nowhere.
We're still learning, sister. We're still learning.
Learn quicker.
Certainly.
Anyway, I'm gonna go.
I like them. They seem fun.
They do seem fun.
They're miniature versions of your brother and 10 times worse
They kind of flutter
if you cross
towards.
the wrong streak.
They
in their
flutter
mind.
towards Savannah, being sort of the oddity in the group. My goodness, you're quite intriguing. And they just sort of circle around.
Have you never seen a taxi?
No, there are none where we're from.
There's a lot of
Okay.
interesting things where they're from, and some of which you don't want in this plane.
You see as one of them sort of claps their hand and then releases, and a bit of a bright orange, like light orange and pink glow starts to come out, and they turn into almost like a miniature you. It's still of the fluttering wings.
Oh. Oh, it's kind of cute. I just put my hands out.
She looks towards the sisters. I kind of like it.
I'm just gonna see if it's gonna let me like pat it with my finger, like clawed finger.
You pat it a bit, and she's like, I'm not sure how to react. Is this appropriate? I don't know.
Look. Okay, Bear's hair is getting redder. So I'm
Oh,
like-
that's blood red.
Did the man at least seem alright when you left him, other than scared out of his mind?
Oh, well, he was able. He ran. He
Wait,
wasn't
he
harmed. if that's
Wait,
what you're saying.
He ran.
Of course. We appeared as our lovely selves. He freaked out, turned the cart off the road by instinct, I guess. Humans are such strange creatures to cause themselves bodily harm. But he got up, ran towards the town, and that's the last we've heard of him.
And that was your dad?
No.
No,
Her
different.
dad was the one that brought them. The man in the cart's the person they borrowed the wine from.
We do owe a bit of gratitude towards you, sister. Your father's been doing quite good work.
That's what he's known for.
If they kind of get a little somber. If it wasn't for him, we may have been eaten. And that may have been the case.
Eaten by what?
Let's see here.
Mike's like, what do you call this?
It's like it is called.
It is called, because of a creature that scours the Feywild. It calls itself Eyegowl the Hungry. And that's where we're going to take a break. So, we'll be back in 10 minutes, folks. We'll see where this leads us. Checking guys in 10. Yeah, we're all here. Hey, welcome back. We're all refreshed, ready.
Sorry, I was
So-
pouring soda in my cup.
Not to worry. So you guys went ahead and just had a brief encounter with a couple of pixies.
Bunch of
three of them.
drunk.
You can say it. We're on our personal channel.
Okay.
So,
I just saw flashy lights.
I can only assume that you guys make your way back.
I don't have a. We don't have a disclaimer about flashy lights, so I better turn that off.
So what is the plan, guys? Right now, the pixies have offered you a bit of companionship. Not companionship. That sounds a little too forward. I would say company.
Are you sure? It was a bunch of drunk.
True. Some company.
I have a question for them,
Yes.
but I'll wait until. Oh, are we back in roleplay mode?
Yeah,
or-
we're back.
We're back, guys, live on Twitch.
Boom.
What's the forest name where I'm from? I forgot. Hold on, let me look at the. Do you have that in my little thing?
Your town?
Yeah.
I do have that in the little thing.
Man, you just need like.
That is the Marigar.
Marigar?
Marigar Forest.
Do you all happen to know where the Marigar Forest is?
They think a bit. Is that a town?
Forest, yes. It's where that my lovely father resides.
He's like that way, and they point like essentially like northeast. We don't know towns.
How about this? You find it. You find my sister. Her name's Zulia. She'll find a place to stash you all. And you give them a message. And that I need help.
Sounds like a fair trade. Some shelter for a message. Sure.
And no funny business. And if my father sees you, he's going to be rightfully pissed.
Oh,
So just stay near my sister.
We wouldn't dream of it.
And I'll describe Zulia to them. She's a little bit smaller in stature, fairly young, all white hair. She has the same mark as my father does. The other siblings won't have it.
What's your name?
Vera.
So Vera needs help. That's it?
You can relay that message to my brother. He'll find me somehow. Tell him that I'm headed towards Isenby.
And I assume you describe your brother as well.
Yeah. Taller than me. Blue hair. Bright blue eyes. You'll like him, don't worry. He's right up your alley.
Sounds like fun. Okay. We'll head that way. They both, all three of them, sort of land back where the drink is.
No
and
more scaring people on the way there.
we wouldn't dream of it. They immediately take like bits of like the poured alcohol that they already had and take another swig.
Bunch of drunk pixies.
They sort of wave towards you as they start to disappear into the background.
I'm gonna say to Vera, they look like fun.
Mm-hmm.
I've never
Pixies
seen
are out
them
for their
before.
own bidding. Whether that is good or bad, you won't know until it's too late.
But still fun.
So it may be fun for some time until, you know, they
Until it
decide that
isn't
it's
fun.
not fun
Until it's
anymore.
not.
Got it. Well, I mean, what were they?
What
what
are
were
those?
those?
Pixies.
Pixies.
I've never seen anything like that before.
They're from the Feywild. You're not really supposed to see them out here.
Don't know what or where that is.
It's okay, big man. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
It's on a different plane. It's dangerous if you don't know where you are.
Like, plain, like.
Roll me an roll me a history check, Rolly.
Excellent. I am also not good at this.
Figured, but there's a chance.
That'll be a 15.
15.
Huh, interesting.
It strikes a chord with you, and you're like, oh, there was like this one bard guy that came by who was talking about like different planes of existence. But it just may have been just a story. But now that you've gotten confirmation from another individual, you're like, oh, well, I guess there's another world.
My father's from there. My family's from there. He had his children here.
I've never seen such a thing. Does it even exist? I mean, how do I know they're not from this plane? I don't.
And like Elgins are from different planes?
We're Fey-touched elves. My parents are from the Fey Wild. I'm not. I was born here.
So you're not an elf, but you're not a Fey. You're both.
Something like that.
Okay.
The ones that are Fey-touched, that are from the Feywild, or at least have been to the Feywild, will bear a mark. My brother, I, and my older sister don't have that mark because we've yet to go. My younger sister and my father and my mother bear that same mark on their forehead.
Well, I've only really ever known Lietans, so like in the Silicon Kingdom, born and raised on a farm is where I spend most of my days.
Yeah, I knew it was coming. If you folks like, we can go ahead and get to maybe some watches for tonight.
Yeah, Rolly, maybe we should all try and get that cart overturned. Maybe there'd be some use of it to
That's
us.
what I was thinking.
Okay.
You up for it, big man?
I mean, I guess. But before we go deliver the cart, we go like, once we get to this place, can we like go get a room or something?
Deliver? We're keeping the cart. We need a horse.
No, we're not taking the cart anywhere. I don't know where that man went. I mean, if we find him and he yells, "That's my cart," I guess we can give it to him, but until then...
I mean, we can ask for, looks at cart, Uncle Sam, but...
It just dawned on Rolly what they were saying. Rolly was under the impression that they wanted to deliver the cart to its owner.
No, we don't even know where their owner is.
Hence why it just dawned on Rolly what it is you're talking about.
The conversation caught up to Rolly right now, and he's like, "Oh, we'll keep the cart. Got it."
I can do that.
She's gonna whisper to
What
Savannah.
am I gonna use?
Does this one do much reading?
I don't think so. Farm boy. What if...
That doesn't
you guys
mean
saying something
anything.
back there? I
Do
can't hear
you
you.
read?
Read?
Yes.
You've read. You're not that.
You're not...
You're not the definition of totally stupid. You're just not super educated.
I mean, enough to read the
Almanac?
signs on the bags and like, you know, the signs on the shops. I count.
You're not without your own knowledge. You do know a lot about agriculture and farm life, and probably about livestock anatomy.
I think if you let me, maybe I could tutor you just a little bit. I mean, having a smart fighter, I don't see a disadvantage. If anything, you do better than the rest.
I mean,
it's not like that people need him for his brains, but I don't see why not.
What would you teach me? Tactic?
More
Strategies?
of worldly knowledge so you can get around a little easier.
Okay, I get it. You'd be teaching me farming. Okay, yeah, I'm not opposed.
All right.
We'll put a pin in that one.
Let this go.
Who's taking the first watch?
I shall do it.
Okay. Are you doing that alone? Anyone joining him?
I'll join him, so he has advantage.
All right. So Vera and Rolly, you guys are taking the first watch.
Alright.
Rolly, roll
I'll just sleep.
roll me a perception check with actually just a straight perception check, since you are you don't have dark vision.
Oh shit.
22.
22.
Sees all.
It's quite night.
I see
and
a little glimmer of light. I see everything.
It's still fairly difficult to see outside, past the small campfire. I'm assuming you guys are staying at the camp that's the Pixies
Yeah.
started. So you guys are currently there already, and it's already got some spaces cleared out for like bed rolls, as well as like a couple of cut logs and stumps that you can sit on for a seat. But Vera, as you're currently going through your own mind,
She's probably like, I can't go to sleep, clown, what do you mean?
going through your own mind about what may occur or what has already happened from the night before. But Rolly, you're currently doing your best as being a guard, and nothing catches your attention. We'll move on to the second watch, unless you guys have anything you'd like to discuss.
Super dark, don't you think?
I forget humans can't see very well in the dark sometimes. I can see.
Wait, you can?
Mm-hmm. Not like,
Like-
superbly or anything, but I can see basic shapes and things.
Like, what does it look like?
Just like a dimmer version of, like, regular, I guess.
Does it look like in color, I guess?
Well, it's still dark. It's just like a dimmed version of what you would normally see.
Huh. Okay, well, I'm gonna actually look out to my max range of vision,
Okay.
which is,
With the help of the campfire, that would be about, let's say, 30 feet with dim light at that particular
Mhm.
point.
So I'm gonna say, you see that tree over there? The one with that weird stump?
No, I see the tree with the weird stuff.
Oh yeah, you do.
Yeah.
Like, I can't see past that.
And I see past it.
You can see probably, you can see an additional 30 feet, but it gets not blurry per se, but more like it fades into the darkness at that particular point. You do see there are like maybe a bush behind it and then a couple of trees following.
I mean, there's a few more bushes and trees behind it, but after that, it kind of just fades into black. I can only see,
Well, I
like...
mean, of course there's bushes and trees. It's a forest, but I mean, like,
I can see
I
the
literally-
bush and the trees behind it.
that's crazy. It's all black. Like, it's pitch black. I can't see it.
Well, I think Savannah can do it. I mean,
Strange.
would she know that there's dark vision goggles? Or, like, there's stuff for humans can see?
Probably not.
I mean, maybe when we get into town, we could see about getting you something for that. Maybe they have
Wait.
something.
Such a thing exists?
I don't know. They make all
What?
sorts of things. I mean, you just seen a pixie.
I mean, good point. You're not wrong. But, wow. This is like the most time I've ever actually really spent out of home. Like, this is all strange to me. I mean, what, just like 2 months ago, I was in my farm, just, and then all of a sudden, I'm meeting, like, elves in person, and, like, whatever those flying things were, and, like, now there's other planes of oh god. Okay, I'm gonna
Existence.
sit down. That's a lot to
Maybe-
take in.
Maybe you should write it in your book.
Oh, it's already there. But, yeah, I can tell you've been through a lot, by the way.
You mean the blue in the eyes, or just in general?
I mean, with your fiance.
Oh.
And,
It's a sore subject, to say the least.
well, I can't really offer you anything condolence, but, if you need anything, you can count on me. And that one, to some extent. Some extent.
I think
Not in your
she's...
head, this is like someone's sucking shit.
even in your sleep, your tail's doing the thing where it's...
I think that one's trying to find her way still. But I think she has a good heart in a way.
She got me into such a mess. Why me?
We often get into messes. I never thought I'd be here doing this, but I just had an argument with a couple of pixies, and I'm sitting in a campsite with two people I've only known for a few days, but But I appreciate it, considering you did not know him, and you barely know me. It's nice to have.
Well, as long as you're nothing like this one, I think we'll be okay. I hope. Please
I
don't be
will
like this
try not to get you in trouble at my best. That is not my, I guess, motive.
Well, I appreciate that.
All
And
right.
I'll end there.
Sure. You two take your rest. Wake up Savannah for your watch. Go ahead and roll me a perception check.
She's like, I heard y'all.
It's all like, I need to put the name in the chat. It's like, I heard you were talking shit.
Oh yeah.
I'm a little-
I heard your. Heard you were talking shit.
16.
16. It's a fairly quiet night. The sound of
I'm gonna fall
wind.
asleep with my damn symbol like this and like squinting my eyes because I don't want another nightmare.
The sound of rushing wind through leaves and brush fill the air. You watch as the fire start to slowly die as the night comes to an end, uneventful. But you feel confident that nothing went on. So it is now the morning, and you guys had something planned for the cart, or are you continuing forward?
Or
We're
try
gonna
and take it.
uplift the cart and take the cart with us.
Roll me an athletics
Grr.
check, whoever's trying.
Roll
Can I give
it.
him guidance?
Yeah,
You can.
I'm going.
Alright, I'll tap him on the back.
Roll, you feel a bit of a surge of energy after Vera taps your back.
Whoa! What was that?
Red Bull.
Oh, I feel like I have wings! Whoa! A natural 20.
It takes you a bit. I mean, it's a fairly large cart that was meant to transport a couple of bottles of wine, but you, and then finally use your shoulders and push against it, and finally, the cart is upright. You do see it looks like it has 4 wheels and a hitch that is meant for 2 horses.
Alright, guys. Cart's up. Now, who's gonna help me push this thing? You?
I'll...
You?
I'll help
I
you
mean-
push.
Okay. So I'm gonna attempt to grab it from one side and lift up. And the way I want to do this is I want to bear the most of the weight getting it up, but I want to make it easy for her to like pull it.
So the way it's going to work, almost like how these carts would work, is that you would take the right side and sort of lift up the reins, and as well as this sort of hitch-like system where it's like a solid piece of wood that leads back to the cart. Vera, you take the left side. So we'll say, Rolly, as you're kind of leading the charge. So go ahead and roll me another athletics check with advantage.
I am strong.
Unfortunately, no. It only this is a travel all the way down to Varsall, which will take about, it depends on the roll, how many hours, but it's not going to last a minute like your guidance.
16.
16. While the trip would have taken you about an hour and a half, it takes you about 2 hours and a half. So the morning is a little wasted. It's still before noon, but you start to make your way past this open field as the forest is now behind you. You now see bits of livestock and crops and fields just go on for a few feet and yards. And Rolly, you feel little at home. It's a familiar scene.
I'm gonna be a little bit more hardy about this. Ah, we've made it! Ah, it feels like home.
I vote we
What do
get
you
a
think,
horse.
Savannah? Am I a good horse?
Feed him some.
I feel bad. Would you guys want to get breakfast, or I guess this time lunch on me?
Oh, fantastic! Yes, that'd be great.
You do see far in the distance Looks like to be a small wall of, I would say, about 5 feet, and compared to you guys, that's pretty small, with towers all around this space, and you do see off in the distance a large city. You've made it to Varsall.
None of us have been there, right? Or Savannah's been there.
Some of you have been here, especially on your pass through, but you didn't stay here long enough to know the city. You've passed through it
Like
to
we
get
know
as
of
far
it?
as you can.
That's it.
What was that?
I said we know of it.
You know of it.
Okay.
And especially with the map that you have, you know where it's at. But welcome to Varsall.
All I'm gonna say is I'm gonna test out the floor wherever we stay, because I'm not doing that again.
I don't think people mine here. It's like, would I know it's a mining town? Or what do I know anything about the
You
town?
do know, Savannah, that Varsall, the way it's built, it's much like, and I can't really think of a better example, like a donut. The outer
No,
section
I
of the
like
city.
donut. Sorry.
The outer section of the city is filled with residential buildings, small, and a bit of like almost like a shack type of space. So a lot of middle class to poor families live in the outer section of this area, as well as a plethora of different shops, workshops where individuals can go ahead and do their own work there, as well as pop-up carts where individuals walk around the streets selling their wares. You can definitely hear people just yelling for different needs and wants and equipment and goods. Within the circle of this area or the city is more of the ritzy type space. Roll me a history check. See how much you remember of this space and how much you've been informed.
Ooh, I don't think... History. Yeah, 12.
12. I think the only thing to note is there is a famous magic shop within the inner space of the city. You don't know the name, you just know it. There is one.
There's a place.
Yeah. But as you walk around the spaces, you do see bustling people walking from side to side. You could still hear the screaming of individuals saying, "Fresh fish! Fresh fish!" Walking from left to right. You hear another person yelling, "Toys for the little ones! Toys!" You also hear the slamming of a hammer on an anvil off in the distance.
Crank.
It is a bustling town. Scattered along the floor of this area is nothing but these yellow pieces of paper that is just almost like, it's just trash, you can tell, but definitely enough where it catches your attention. I'll say Broly, as you sort of pick one up just out of instinctually saying like, oh, this is weird. You do read the following. Come visit Madame Ellie's traveling band of magic and wonder here for the next 3 days.
Guys,
Hmm?
there's a magic show in town.
Uh,
Can we go? Can we go? Can we go? Can we go?
how much is it?
That's a good question. I'm gonna look through the paper and see if I can see
Okay.
anything.
Yeah, sure. You can look through it. It doesn't have a date. It doesn't have a price.
I mean, we're gonna have to stay the night, so I don't see why not. As long as it's not like 10 gold, like this stupid math.
I mean, it might be fun.
Let's go find out.
Alright. Go find an inn first.
Sure.
And then we can figure out where your magic show is. They have to know.
Roll me an investigation check.
Not good. 13.
13. You're walking around this space and you're running into like random shops, a glassmith, blacksmith, obviously, as well as just random general goods, as well as a plethora of residential houses behind that. We'll say that instead of an inn, what you do find is one of the general shops who has like an outdoor space with like fruit that's off for display. You can definitely ask this individual if you wish.
It's like, sir, yo,
Good morning!
morning.
Or noon, I guess.
I take the paper from Rolly. It's all like, where's this?
Oh, you just missed it. They were here a few days ago, about 4 days ago.
Oh.
They left. Sorry.
Okay, Broly.
Can I interest you in some apples?
You want an apple?
No.
How much for an apple?
5 apples for a copper.
I give him a copper.
Gives you a bag.
-1.
We'll say with your 13 as well, as you start to investigate, you do find a butcher shop, a glass blower shop, and let's see. This place is just filled. Oh, what you also do off in the distance, just quickly notice, is a large steeple. Steeple.
Like a church?
Yep.
What kind of church?
It's not made out of, you can definitely tell from the distance, but it's almost like if it's painted to look like gold.
I'm gonna go look at it.
Okay. You do go there. Let me go and pull up the information.
I'll be right back.
Actually, Rolly, go with Vera. I gotta handle some stuff.
All right.
Wait, where are you going?
Don't worry about it. Go with Vera. I
Where
promise
are
I'll be
you
back.
going?
To that building over there.
Okay, I guess.
Okay. Well,
What are we gonna do with this cart, though?
Hitch it to somewhere.
Okay. I'm gonna take the rope that she bought. I'm just gonna hitch it to
You're gonna
somewhere.
hitch the
Sure.
somewhere.
There's probably a post somewhere next to a general shop where they have like horses drinking water.
We're the only ones without a horse.
Just tie it there, and you're like, no one will take it.
No one will take it.
Well,
We'll-
there's nothing really in there.
We'll
have
settle
our
you
stuff.
two first. For Rolly and Vera, you guys make your way northwards towards the center of the city. Unfortunately, you start to notice that the large steeple that could be seen in the distance is actually within the inner city, or the intersection of the city, with another wall with sort of guards at each entrance. You do recognize, well, actually, roll me a religion check, Vera. There is a symbol of a woman's face on it.
12?
12? Don't know it.
Can I talk to
Oh,
the guard?
that must be where all those fancy people live.
You can talk to a guard.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
What vestige does this steeple belong to?
Oh, this is Church of the Joaquin.
I don't know what the hell that is.
You don't know what that is?
I don't know what that is.
Yeah, neither do you.
Oh,
Me less.
thank you. What do they practice?
God of commerce, trade, commercialism,
Fitting.
especially for the town. Visiting?
Something like that. Is
Spend
there
some gold.
an inn around here? Well, hopefully.
There's a few. I would recommend not going to the Happy Faced Inn, though.
Why not?
A lot of rough and tumble types.
And it's called Happy Faced Inn?
Yeah.
Ironic, don't you think?
We think that the owner was aiming for that.
Is there an inn you do recommend that won't break my coin purse?
Let me pull up the names.
I don't know. I quite like the sound of the happy faced inn.
I don't want our coin purses to go missing, really.
Yeah, but you know, flavor, characters. Yes, you find them there.
I'm good. I think we've had enough character from the last inn.
There's another one. It's kind of ritzy though. It's within the inner city.
And that one's name?
Double Growth.
Is there any other place?
A few other inns you can probably go to. I will say that I don't have a full list of inns. You can definitely find one if you have if you roll high enough investigation.
Okay. Well, thank you for your time at least.
Have a good day.
You too. Not really.
So we're gonna switch views here. Savannah, what are you doing?
I'm actually looking for either a tavern, and I'm also kind of keeping my eyes open at the bar, the blacksmith.
Oh, you definitely see a few blacksmiths near you. So your goal was to go to one. You can definitely find one easy. When it comes
Tavern?
to tavern, you were not given this information, but as you start to work your way sort of clockwise around this outer circle of Varsall, you do see an inn with a bit of a loud crew within called the Happy Face Inn.
Mm-mm. No.
Going in.
Okay. So as you go in, are you guys looking around for Savannah, or where are you going?
I'm gonna go look at. Wait, she didn't tell us about the magic shop, huh?
I assume that you relayed the
The
information.
magic show or the magic shop?
Magic shop.
I'm pretty sure. I'll say I told you guys. Just saying like, oh, there's this, there's a that, there's a this.
I want to go look for the magic shop.
That's within the inner city.
Dang.
I want to go find a blacksmith.
All right, let's pause you, Savannah. We'll see if I want to get everyone together for this. So you do find a blacksmith. It's not that actually difficult to find. You can definitely hear the sound of hammer on anvil. So you can definitely walk up to one of them. You do see one that says it is called the Glowing Poker.
Hello.
Hi, good evening. We see what as a dwarven woman walks forward, currently cleaning off some utensils and tools. About 4'3", light skin, bright red hair that poofs in the back of the head. You see like circles of ash around her eyes, with an outline of goggles, which is now currently affixed to the top of her head.
Oh, what was it? The golden poker?
The glowing poker.
The glowing poker. Ah, glowing poker. It's a great name.
Thank you. Made it myself.
Ah, very well done. Very well. What wares do you have for sale?
All sorts. Let's see. Well, we have different weaponry, swords, daggers, rapiers. If you're looking for maybe a bit of armor, we have breastplates. We did receive a shipment of leather from the leathersmith recently, so we do have a bit of studded leather armor if you're looking for that as well.
Ooh, yeah. Let's take a look at everything. It's my first time in town. I'm very excited to be here.
Excellent! Well, and she'll end up showing you from behind the wall. There are hitched on little hooks, or just different wares, and they're all pretty much plain. Nothing really decorative about them.
So, I have, and I pull out my sword, and I pull out my 2 hand axes. I have these. They're great. They serve me very well. Perhaps maybe they just need a little bit of sharpening.
I can get that done.
Ooh, what is your price?
Well, for all 3, I can get that done for 3 silver.
Oh, fantastic. Splendid. I'd love to do that.
Few hours work if you want me to rush it. 6 silver.
Perfect. Let's do that.
Are you paying for the rushed, or are you paying for standard?
Well, first, before we dive into that, let's take a look at what weaponry do you have?
So you notice along the wall she does have a few short swords, 1 long sword, a collection, almost like a bargain bin thing of daggers, and a rapier.
Ooh, show me that long sword.
Okay. Yeah, she'll show you the longsword itself. It almost looks like standard issue. It does have an engraving of it looks like a woman with hair flowing back. You would recognize this since you just saw this as Joaquin.
Oh, may I hold it?
Be my guest.
I'm gonna grab it. I'm gonna feel it in my hand. How does it feel?
It feels fairly well made. It's not like if you would have balanced it on your finger, it would just immediately, like, you know, you have to sort of shift it a little bit, but it's not that bad.
Is there an empty space anywhere away from her?
You'd probably have to walk outside. It's still fairly cramped in the space.
So, I'd like to take a quick swing. Not at her, just I want to see how it feels.
Okay. We'll say that
Vera
Vera,
just backs
you
up.
you back up a bit to make a bit of a
Like, she just,
space,
like-
and you take a swing. Feels weighted. Good.
Ooh, I like the weight on this.
Thank you. Made it last month.
And I take another look at it. How much are you offering?
I'm selling it at standard price, 15 gold.
And it is a standard sword, right?
It is a standard longsword.
Okay. Would there be any benefit to going with this sword instead of like the old sword I have currently?
You currently wield a longsword, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. No, in terms of stat-wise, if we're going to talk about stats and numbers, your longsword still does its standard 1d8. This will do the same. It is obviously new. You may get more looks, so this will be more of an aesthetic thing.
All right, let me roll to see if I like it. High roll means that I'm buying it. I'll let you set the DC for it.
Okay. I'm going to say 13.
13.
Roll any.
Okay,
If you roll
so
13 or higher, you feel like
I'm
you want to
buying
get it. All right.
Oh, it's an 18.
18.
I like it enough.
It's new.
Yeah, it feels great. I mean, look at this. It's just, I don't know, something about this. I like this.
So then I was wondering if she should have left Rolly by himself.
So I am going to pay for it.
Rolly,
Okay.
don't you need armor?
Oh, I have someone for that. So, here you go.
Thank you.
15
dude.
gold.
She takes the stack of gold. It's all yours.
Excellent. Put it
Anything
in
else
this
I can
little
get you
sheet.
folks?
Does she have any,
Um,
anything interesting?
You do see there is like a pouch behind her, with the like a label underneath it that says ball bearings. It's pretty simple. It's almost like a Walmart next to a Walmart next to a Walmart. They all have pretty much the same thing, but maybe slight variations. Maybe one person is out of longswords while the other person has more crossbows.
I think I'm good. For now, anyway.
I'm gonna ask her if she'd be willing to buy back my old sword.
Your longsword?
Yeah, the old one.
You hand it over. You don't want me to sharpen this like you were requesting?
No, I really like once I put this in my hand, I knew this was it.
This will be the first time I'm rolling tonight.
I did it.
She looks towards it. Okay. All right. I do see it has some wear and tear, signs of battle. I'll buy it from you for 1 gold.
1 gold. Couldn't you buy it for 2?
Okay.
It's
All
got
right.
potential.
For
Yes, it's seen
for
its
a
wear.
handsome man of your stature, 2 gold.
I actually blush a little bit.
Vera's just like this in the
So
corner.
she'll reach into the pack of 15 that you gave her and just slide you 2.
Fantastic.
Well,
Perfect.
come back again, folks.
Thank you.
Out of curiosity, how long would it take you to fit this properly?
Oh. Yeah, that does not fit well, does not. If you allow me a moment just to get your measurements, I should say maybe with... Maybe about 3 hours?
And how much?
Since you're already providing me the material, it won't be that costly. I would be obviously mainly labor across the board. 5 gold.
Kinda don't want to go around without it though.
I'm actually gonna take the 2 gold that she just gave me back, and I'm gonna put it on the table and say, "I'll pitch in."
What is that for?
It's as a thank you.
I just don't know what my AC would be with it out off.
Do you want a loaner?
It was not alone.
That'll work. How much is that?
So she'll provide you a loaner.
Will my AC still be the same?
Yes.
Okay.
This one is bigger than before.
That's fine.
I was waiting for the catch. I'm like, catch.
It is not your size, but it has protection.
I'm gonna be a tin freaking can.
You walk out and it's almost like wearing those, like you've seen those individuals who are like really, they're extra small, but they're wearing a large for some reason.
If I give you an extra gold piece, can you hurry it up?
2 hours.
Fine.
See you in 2. She grabs your set.
So I'm gonna
And-
minus, because he put in 2, so it's technically 6, so I put in 4.
So she starts to get to work immediately. I'll say to make sure that we don't have like different stories going on in all this, because I get a little jumbled. We'll say that as you start to leave, you do see Savannah walk into a inn called the Happy Faced Inn.
Aw, crap.
We'll give you some time first, alone, Savannah. As you did walk into this, we'll go ahead and settle you for a bit, and then we'll say that you guys join in. So, Savannah, as you walk into this place, you do hear a bit of out-of-key singing from people who don't look like they should be working any type of instruments, just sort of singing to one another, obviously drunk, even though it's a little past noon at this point. You do smell... It's a little foul, unfortunately, but it's a rough and tumble place, and you're kind of used to this. You've been to places like this before. Let me go ahead and grab some things here. It's not fully packed, but there definitely is a crowd going on, people singing. What would you like to do?
Can I scan the room? Because it's in the back of my head. Do I see our dwarven meat man?
Roll me a perception check.
It's a weird nickname for him now.
Who's perception?
The
19.
meat man.
19? Looking around, you see plenty of dwarven individuals here, but
Not our
not
meat man.
like the one you saw.
Alright, I'm going to the bar.
All right. Let's see here. Cool. You get to the bar and you do walk towards a male human. The individual is about 5'8", reddish skin with a bright green leaf tattoo along his neck that sort of leads down, and you can see that it sort of protrudes from his short sleeve shirt. That itself is brown and tan with bits of stains. There is sort of a loose, unfitting apron around him, black, as he's currently cleaning things, talking to patrons. It takes a few minutes to get his attention. I'll say at this point, you two walk in and you do see Savannah trying to get someone's attention. Before you get up to her, though, the bartender does turn to you, Savannah. Hi, welcome. Can I get you?
Any chance you sell a flying claw shot?
Any chance you sell a what?
A flying claw shot.
A flying claw?
So hold on.
Flying
claw shot.
Oh.
He gives a look towards you and goes, We do. Do you need the use right now?
If
you don't mind.
At this point, you two have walked behind Savannah.
See, I told you she'd be here.
We got told. I whispered her here. We got told not to come here.
Yeah, I could see that. What are you wearing? What happened to you?
I'm finally getting the other one fitted, but they loaned me this, so I look like a freaking box.
Oh,
And
honey.
he got a new sword.
Well, if you really was afraid of the men in this bar, you could have just not come.
No, I just didn't want to be without my armor, but this is... Well, this is this.
Let me see something real quick.
She thought this place was, seedy.
Well, I didn't think it was seedy. I got told it was seedy.
Savannah, make me a dexterity saving throw.
Saving throw?
Yes.
Case in point.
Yikes.
I know, that actually terrifies me right now. Wait. 13 plus 5, 18.
18. Instinctually, almost by like a second sense, you see something flying towards you in your peripheral. You take a quick dodge. A glass shatters from a cup from an individual who currently stands up and is grabbing another one. Along with him, two other individuals start to stand. All beefy individuals themselves start to make their way towards you guys. The one who threw the cup, let's see here. Let's see here. Oi! I knew I recognized you. I think you're gonna come with us.
I'm gonna interrupt them and say, was that you who threw the glass bottle?
Do I know
Maybe.
who threw the glass bottle?
Was that you who threw the glass bottle?
Maybe. What's it to you? Wait a minute.
I'm asking you.
You fucking look familiar too.
Stop.
Do I?
I think both of you need to come with us.
I don't
Do
think
we
they're
know
going
who it is?
anywhere.
Did you throw the glass bottle? How
I threw
stupid
the
are you?
fucking bottle.
Okay,
What
I
you
punched you
gonna
in the face.
All right.
Oh, God.
Alright, here's my attack roll.
Well, hold on. Hold on to that
And
one.
somebody keeps saying, it's like, who are you punching?
He threw a glass bottle at you!
So
Who does that?
We're gonna have Savannah closest here.
I gotta remove my map. As the other map up.
So we'll have the first thug right here.
Oh, Lord.
All right, I am gonna switch. Do I not have some good fight music? I need some good fight music right now.
Hwah!
Yeah, we'll go. I have one that's I labeled as exciting. We'll do that one.
Exciting!
Exciting.
Yeah.
Punches!
Let's see. There we go. And let's go and switch to the fight scene. Here we go.
Hwah!
So
Hwah!
let's go ahead and have
Hwah!
everyone
Hwah!
roll for initiative.
Wait, I threw the punch though.
Thug
Ooh.
number 1 threw the punch.
19. Oh, sorry.
Wait, who the what now?
Thug number
Not
1
good,
threw the
7.
punch. Or no,
I
he,
threw the punch though.
you threw the punch. He threw the glass. So you got a 19, Vera. What did you get, Savannah?
7. That's appropriate.
Okay, and Rolly.
19.
19.
Me and him always go at the same time.
Vera, what's your dexterity modifier?
Not dexterous. Not in this tin can. 0.
0. And Rolly, what is your dexterity modifier?
Plus deuce.
So it'll be Rolly going first.
Yup.
Rolly. Vera with a 19. Savannah with a 7. Let me go and roll for these guys. They'll go at the same time. That way it makes it easier. And they got a 17. Cool. So, Rolly, you're throwing the first punch. Go ahead and tell me what you rolled.
Oh, the first roll was an 18.
18. Yeah, you walk forward towards this individual to make connection and almost with like the back end of your fist, just like knock him on the temple. You do make connection, so go ahead and roll me damage.
That is going to be a 3.
3 points of damage. Oh wait, are you doing unhanded?
Yeah.
So that'd be 1 plus your strength modifier.
Oh!
There's no
so,
rolls.
Oh, so 1 plus strength, so that'd be 4.
4 points of damage right away.
That's even more!
You just see him go, ah!
And I'm gonna follow up right after with, who does that? Who throws glass bottles at women? What is wrong with you?
He'll react on his turn.
Good.
Next is you, Vera.
I'm gonna try and hit the one that Broly just hit, and I'm gonna do Toll the Dead. So he has to
Okay.
make a wisdom saving throw.
Who does that?
Who does that?
He has to make a wisdom
Oh,
save.
my
I'm waiting
bad.
on you, DM.
I am so sorry. I'm thinking of 2 different things. That is a 12.
That's what you needed.
Oh, okay. Well, he succeeds.
Damn it. Okay.
All right. Next in line, it will be the thugs. They will bring out a couple. They will all each have a dagger on hand. They're not looking to kill, so they're going to still do damage for the dagger, but do non-lethal. They're going to take a swing at 2 of them are going to take a swing at you, Rolly, and 1 is going to go after you, Savannah.
Me? What'd I do?
That will be a 6 to hit. You, Rolly?
Fails.
A 16 to hit.
Succeeds.
You take 3 points of bludgeoning damage. This thing, as the one of the thugs basically counters yours and hits you on the temple with the blunt end of his dagger.
Hey, just to clarify, we are level 2, right?
You're at level 2.
Okay. So you said 2 points of damage, right?
3 points of damage.
3 points, sorry. Okay.
Yes.
Cool.
Savannah, that would be a 10 to hit.
That's a miss.
All right, the other one woofs it. Now it's your turn, Savannah.
Okay. Do I recognize any of these thugs?
You don't.
Fine. This one's fighting Rolly right now, right?
So thug number 1 and thug number 3 are fighting Rolly, while thug number 2 is getting after you.
I guess I should have moved myself.
A total that I think has a distance.
Yeah.
So you could have moved if you wish.
That's okay. I'm gonna use my short sword and go after number 2 because it attacked me.
All right. Go ahead and roll to attack.
Oh, that was so bad. That's a 15?
A 15. That does connect.
Yay.
Roll me damage.
3 points of damage.
Ooh, nice. All right. Now we're going to go back to the top of the round. Currently, right now, the entire tavern has given you guys some space. They're starting to back up and starting to move some of the chairs and tables. Some of them are cheering you on. Some other ones are sort of like making their way out towards the front door. Definitely the bartender is starting to duck underneath, not wanting to get hit by another stray glass. Rolly, your turn.
Okay, so since he took out his dagger, I'm going to take out both of my hand axes. And I'm going to proceed to swing at him with them.
All right. This
So
is
here's
thug number
attack-
1, correct?
Huh?
Thug 1?
Yeah, thug 1, the one that hit me.
Gotcha.
First one's going to be a...
Oh, what was that? I didn't hear you.
Oh, sorry. First is going to be 14.
14.
14
That does
to hit.
connect. That does connect.
Okay. Roll that right quick. Oof. 6 points of damage. Bludgeoning.
Oh, okay.
Ouch.
Yeah. What
By the
you,
way, I will say this beforehand, before we proceed further. Non-lethal.
nothing. What you do is with your both hand axes, you flip them over so you have the blunt end, and with both hands, just across the jaw, and you can see a little bit like, almost like you almost loosened it, and he, just giving you a scowl.
Can I swing with the other one? Or is it just a single attack?
I think you
Because I'm
can.
wielding 2.
Yeah, I think you. Can you do it offhand with your? I'm not. I think that may be a rogue thing.
Okay, it's probably a road thing then.
We'll say you can for now. I will look it up until we actually get the rules. So go ahead and roll me an attack without proficiency.
Cool. Misses.
Misses. What'd you get?
6.
All right, yeah, that is miss. So we'll say that you lead with the other one, and then you kind of lead back with your right hand, but he takes a step back to dodge. Next in line, Vera.
Walk over here. And Hannah Radiance. This guy. He has to make a con save.
Okay. Natural 20. I'm.
Wait. Hold up.
I don't get natural 20s, all right?
Nothing happened.
Okay.
I'm not gonna use a bonus action, so we're fine.
All right. It'll be the thug's turn. I think thug number 1 is gonna take another attack at you. Rolly. That'll be a 13 to hit.
Misses.
Thug number 2 is gonna go after you, Savannah. Ooh, unnatural 20.
What happened?
You take 3 points of damage
Nah. Okay.
as this one actually gets like your center, right below your diaphragm. Just quick swipe as he ducks underneath. Thug 3, seeing you wielding this magic, Vera, turns around and is going to attempt to attack your legs
Okay.
because you're currently standing on a table.
Oh shit. Sorry.
He's rolling pretty good now. A 21 to hit.
That'll hit.
But I'm rolling horrible on damage. You take 3 points of damage.
That's fine. You can roll horrible and do.
But Savannah, it's your turn.
Alright, again with this guy, especially he just nicked my belly. What the heck?
You missed me, by the way.
I'm sorry?
Was it top of the round?
No, Savannah ends the round.
Oh,
It was
rip.
14, by the way.
What was that? 14 to hit?
14.
14 does connect.
14. Yeah. Can't talk.
You're attacking thug number 2, I believe.
Yes.
All right, what's your damage?
Damage. 3 points of damage. Yeah.
Ooh, all right. Yeah, solid hit across the temple. Let's see here. We're gonna go back to the top of the round to you, Rolly.
Yep, second verse, same as the first. $23 to hit.
That connects. That's a pretty good hit.
Yeah, boy. Another 6.
You conk this guy out. How do you do so?
I'm just gonna do the same. I'm gonna bash him in the side of the temple, knocking him out, and then I'm gonna say, "Who the hell does that? What is wrong with?"
That's helpful when he's knocked out.
Just a swing from your hand axe, just across like the same. You're hitting the same spot. And he's like, "Stop hitting!" Vera.
She'll try to hit this one with her mace.
Thug number 3.
Number 2.
Gotcha.
The one that's going, because this one's knocked out, right?
Yes.
Okay. Oof. It's a 12 hit.
12 barely hits.
Ooh.
What is it? Oh, it's a D6.
They're wearing standard leather armor. Nothing too crazy.
Oh, I rolled a 6 plus 2. 8 points of damage. So she's just gonna go like this and hit him over the head.
This is what you see, Savannah, as this guy is currently like throwing the dagger from left to right to like maybe confuse you and maybe confuse your, like try to get you off kiltered. He drops the dagger and then this, almost like a statue falls forward. You see Vera with the mace down already, like almost like in a downswing already down, just, and you can see bits of
Happy
red.
faced, breaking in.
Bits of red start to fill her hair. This one already drops his dagger and goes, all right, he's the one hit, he's the one.
I suggest you take your friends and get going. I'm really not
Wait
in
a
the mood.
minute. I want to know. It's like, why did you want us to go with you in the first place?
I mean, don't say that while the guy just stabbed you.
Well, I mean, Vera just knocked him in the head with the mace, so that's helpful.
What about number 3?
Number 3 is so Thug 1 and 2 are knocked out. 3 has dropped his dagger and went, okay. He's the one who threw the glass. I didn't do anything.
What do you want?
Okay, wait, I'm gonna knock Thug 3 out.
No, I want to know
I'm
what
knocking
you
him
want.
out.
He,
I'm not killing him.
Roll me attack roll.
We don't want to cause any more trouble here anyway.
And I just kind of glance at the barkeep.
13.
13. That does connect. Roll me damage.
Sweet.
Just hope it's like a 1.
4 points.
So this guy has barely been touched. So you do. Oh, the fuck! I said I was not gonna fight.
What is wrong with you? Who
What is
does
wrong with
that?
you? Stop.
Are
you going? I just look at the thug. Are you going to fight him?
At this point, as you ask the question, all of the windows and the door behind you, as they were slightly ajar and the windows themselves were fully open, they all close quickly through what feels to be like a gust. You do see the bartender slowly rise, like, uh-oh, are we done? Behind him, from an entrance that you were well aware of, Savannah. You knew that was your destination. A very dark-skinned, half-elf individual walks out, male. Let me go ahead and describe him a little more. He stands about 6'3". He's got a very thin build, though athletic. Bright blonde hair that is pulled back into a tight ponytail with green eyes. You see he's clean shaven while he wears a very clean white robe, which black accents, and very obvious what you can see on the ends or the very bottom of his robes are little crescent moons.
Do I recognize that symbol?
No, but Rolly, you specifically recognize the symbol.
Ooh.
Savannah and Rolly, you recognize the individual, but Rolly, you're the only one who knows his name. You both know that the symbols around this guy's robe is the symbol of the Eclipse Coliseum. You know that this is
Shit.
You know this is Garwin Kim, one of the co-owners and of the Eclipse Coliseum. You do know it's owned by 3 brothers, and this is one of them. You see him flick his hand once more as the lights start to catch as the wind, when the windows and the doors were closed, they started to flicker. He sort of keeps them lit. He looks towards you all. Let's see here. He puts his hand on his chin. You two. I think it would be in your best interest for you, and kind of looks towards you, Vera, and your companion, to follow.
What do you want?
Really, stop.
I think you know exactly what I want. At this point, he sort of gives a wave in the air, and numerous bar patrons start to get up, and we're like, okay. This guy is skinny. What was your question?
I was gonna ask him, what do they owe you?
Oh, we don't discuss business out here, especially of this term. Follow me.
We don't owe you anything.
Rolly,
What?
stop.
He already is heading in the back area. At this particular point, about 7 large individuals are starting to usher you in the back space. You do see one guy rushes a little bit forward and moves a barrel of ale, which is currently guarding a hatch. He lifts it up, and you guys are ushered underneath. You can discuss or you talk to one another as you're starting to head down these stairs. Right now, Garwin has left your view, but you do know he's ahead of you.
What is this about?
Both of them sigh.
You just had to choose this place, didn't you, Sam? Like,
I didn't think it would be him, okay? But that lets me know they know more than they're telling me.
you got me into this mess. You fix it.
Fine, just I'll fix it. I promise I'll fix it.
Oh, you better.
Well, if I don't fix it, we'll die.
You die first. I'll make sure of that.
So I start following Gershwin?
His name is Garwin Kim.
Garwin.
I start following towards Garwin.
Yeah. So, Garwin leads you guys downstairs. It is a lot more quiet than obviously the excitement died down the moment Garwin entered in from the back room. You were hearing a bit of whisper and talk behind your back as some of the bar patrons who didn't get up and usher you out are like, "Oh shit. Oh shit. What did they do? Who are they? I don't know." The whispers start to get softer and softer as you start to leave the vicinity of the upper bar.
Do I hear them, by the way, when they say that?
Yeah, I mean, barely. By this time, you were starting to head downwards, but you could barely hear the whisper from within the bar space.
Rolly Barnwell, don't forget the name!
Okay. While you do scream that while you're currently in the stairwell, you do hear ahead of you the voice of Garwin. "Rolly,
What do you want?
hurry up."
Ugh.
You are led down this stone stairwell down to what looks like to be a small hallway that leads about 8 feet to a large iron door. There you do see painted in black paint is a circle with a raven mid-flight.
I'm just gonna look at them.
Do I recognize that symbol from before? From the... Yeah, that was the symbol! Dude, in the barn shack! Oh my god.
This is why
Sav?
it's best to be truthful, so in case things happen like this, I can back you both.
Sav? Care to explain?
No.
The door opens as you start to get closer. You do see Garwell holding the door open, ushering you in. And it's more or less of like, "Please come in," more like there's a train of people behind you pushing you. You finally pass the archway into what looks like to be an underground bar. There is a secondary bar in the far north side of the space. There is less tables here, as well as less people. On each corner, as well as the edges of the west and east side, there are almost like curtain-like spaces where you can have some privacy for any talks or business deals. You do see a couple individuals talking to one another in like open spaces. One thing does catch everyone's attention. Looks to be a black-feathered, black-beaked Kenku, who's currently manning the bar. He stands about 5 foot. He's thin as well, though you do see he's wearing black clothes, brown leather straps that cover a bright white shirt that meets in the middle. You do see that he has one milky white eye and just sort of watches you all. And as you meet contact, Garwin looks at you all and goes, "Don't make eye contact, follow me."
Continue to follow.
He leads you into a secluded space and signals you to sit.
As I'm sitting down, I'm gonna say, well, it's a lot fancier than prison, I'll tell you that.
Going to prison until they stop.
You shut up, I'm mad with you right now.
And I just look at Gordon and I'm like, obviously this is not about bad bets, is it?
What do you want?
You stole from me. You
And-
rigged.
No. She stole from you.
You rigged a
And
game.
she stole from me.
You disrupted a game. You disrupted the Colosseum. And you messed on my turf. You can see him like almost like holding his hands even tighter. You can see like a bit of like the veins starting to pop out and just sort of reaching down to his forearms. And he looks towards you, Savannah. Because we're members, I am not permitted to cause any direct harm towards you. But trust, the moment you leave here, you will be hunted until you are nothing but mounds within the dirt.
Is there an option B to that?
Gives you a side
What she
eye.
said.
I'm getting to that. You showed me something, though. Definitely showed me something. You're skilled. Absolutely skilled.
Yes, it's why I would have won that fight fair and
Rolly.
square. What?
Oh, if you ever want to fight again within my Colosseum,
Yeah.
best do to listen to what I have to say.
I'm all ears.
I hope that, though you are skilled, I hope that you and your friends are skilled as well. I want you to find something for me.
Go on.
You know, this thing,
Rolly.
anything in particular?
Rolly, go get a drink.
No, I'm not listening to you. You got us in this mess. What is it that you want? Just be specific.
He looks towards you, Savannah. Have you told him where we're at? Anything.
No.
She tells me nothing.
That tells me at least smart. And his attention right now is directly on you, Savannah. Do you know the story of the founder of our guild?
That would be Rich or no? Do I should know this, right?
You're on the right track.
Kitty.
Oh my god.
You have been told that the founder of the guild is Richard.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. Should I know this story?
Your informant, your friend, hasn't told you the story yet. You just know that there is a owner, and you have been told his name. It is Richard.
Yes, I know of Richard.
Shh. Not too loud. You don't want to grab his attention. Aha. Well, does anyone know the story of Richard Thogmore? Everyone roll me a history check. As I'm being assaulted by a cat.
Poor baby.
Ooh, 19.
19.
14.
Not bad as well.
10.
But before he starts, I'm gonna say, I am going to assume that this matter is a negotiation or perhaps some sort of business.
Negotiation
Something
is
like
a
that.
good word. I mean,
Very well.
you definitely have options. I would be a monster to take away your free will, but I'm leading with the option that won't have you killed by my agents.
Well,
How flattering.
can I at least go get a drink?
Ah,
How about this? You exchange information for information, item for information.
oh, believe me, I am looking for information, something in particular.
Yeah, but I will try to get what you want if you stop bothering us, as well as help me with information.
We'll see. Sort of pulls the curtain a bit, whispers something in thieves' cant, which you obviously understand, Savannah, as get us a round of drinks. Through the crack within the curtain, you do see Richard the Kenku sort of give a nod and then start to fill some drinks and pass them out to just a random individual who brings them all. There are just mugs of ale given to you all, as well as to himself. Anyways.
How do I know
drinking
these
that.
aren't poison?
Because if they wanted to kill you here, they would have already done it.
So let's go ahead
That's a
and
good point.
let's get to your history checks. As I know that Savannah, you rolled a 19, you rolled a 14.
No, Steve rolled 14.
Steve
I
rolled a
rolled
14,
10.
and you rolled a 10. I'll say that it sounds familiar to you, Rolly. The name, the name Richard Thogmore kind of reminds you a little bit of like children fairy tales. For you, Vera, it's like, oh, I think I've read about that guy. You just can't remember the actual stories. For you, Rolly, it's more like, this is a guy, a little bit like Robin Hood, where he stole from the rich and gave to the poor. However, for you, Vera, there are...
You mean
Savannah. My bad. Savannah, there are multiple stories about Richard Thogmore that don't really mix. There's like one story about Richard witnessing a hag trying to steal a child, and before this woman can eat the little girl, he swapped the body with a fake child of straw and basically saved the day, acting as a hero. But then there's also other tales of Richard where he snuck into a party and fed the entire party goers fake cocktails as slow-acting poisons and essentially killed a bunch of people. He's much of a chaotic individual as far as the stories have been told, but they've only been stories told by bards and stories that you read throughout your experience. Now you're running into someone who's talking to him like he's a real person. Let's see here. Back to this. He locks hands once more and goes, "Oh, you may have heard stories, but ooh, he is more than real. He is the one who founded our little club. Let's see here, I'm trying to find my place. He was the best. A thief like no other. No longer with us, sadly. He supposedly passed away a few hundred years ago. However, I have heard tale that he was obsessed with living forever. Immortality. After 3 long years of work and skullduggery, I found this." And he slides you a piece of paper. You look at it and you see what is a sandy temple that's been etched out with 4 protruding pillars from the sand, with what looks like to be a side of a mountain on the top right-hand side. As a matter of fact, I will go ahead and show you. Actually, let me get to this piece before I share that information. I have reason to believe that this is a map to Richard's grave. So I'm going to go and share that with you. So go ahead and look at your documents and handouts, and as well as to share with our audience. There we go. My offer is this. You find Richard's grave, find where he was laid to rest, and bring me back one simple thing: his diary. Anything else you find there, keep it for yourself. I don't care. Information is what I want.
And where is this supposed to be? This grave supposed to be at?
Somewhere in the desert. You're crafty. Be crafty. Ask around. Supposedly it's somewhere within the Evergrey Desert, within the unclaimed lands between the kingdom and the domain. Where exactly, I couldn't say. But again, you're smart.
I just take the paper and put it in my bag.
And what exactly do you get out of his diary?
That's information for me to know.
If we get this for you, will you leave us alone?
Absolutely. And as a matter of fact, if you do this for me, especially you, Rolly, how long have you been with us? 3 months, correct? And that's about the time you've been at the Coliseum, you've been signed up. you complete this, and I will lift the band that I placed on your head to participate within the Colosseum. You are welcomed in my door anytime. All I care is for that diary. Do we have a deal?
Man, you must want it an awful lot.
More than you know. Do we have a deal?
Fine.
Excellent.
Very well.
Your friend? Looks towards you, Vera.
She is like burgundy red at this point.
Look,
She has no part to
leave-
part in the
yeah.
situation. She doesn't need to be in part.
leave her out of this. She did wrong.
I'll vet for her. You can leave her out.
Apologies, dear. I'm looking towards you, Vera. Wrong place, wrong time. Either you're a part of this, or we simply don't let you leave.
Oh my.
Fine. But you harm me, and I hope you know that you will rule the day because I'm very much well with the royal army, sir.
Royalty. Sure.
Oh, I'm not royalty. I'm sure they'd love to have your head, though. Be nice on a platter.
Great. Well, we have an accord. You've been with us 3 months, Rolly, so I'll be generous, and I'll say if you don't provide me the diary, within 4 months' time, we'll be after you. He lifts up 3 fingers and brings them down. Immediately, all 3 of you feel like a pain, like if something scratched you on the back of the neck. As each of you look at each other, like each of you recognizing that all 3 of you have been harmed, you see there has been a small marking on the back of your neck down to your spine. He simply lets it go. 4 months' time. If not, I'll come looking.
You know, most people sign some paper or something.
I
Really
am
check
not
on that.
most people.
At least you're a generous host.
Well, pleasantries. That is a way to end a conversation. He gets up. I appreciate it, and you may keep the map. I will tell the individuals to leave you be. You are free for now. No harm.
I'm gonna finish my drink, get up, and just walk away.
I'm already
Great.
walking.
All right.
Like she's
I was
just
go-
livid at this point.
I'm like, I was going to explain, but
Nope, I don't even want to talk to you right now.
You can stay behind, Savannah, if you want to quickly say something.
No, I was going to ask him about the dwarf man, the meat man.
You can ask.
Hey, wait. What's the I have questions like. Obviously, you know why. How am I putting it?
Words.
Words. I was just saying, like, do you know of dwarf man from oh my god, I'm losing all my words right now.
Philia.
Who's for delivering meat. What do you know of him?
Delivery. A runner such as yourself. Well,
Was he working for anybody else?
I do believe you're aware when it comes to runners, it's usually first come, first serve. Dwarven
No.
man,
I'm not looking for
No, no, no.
still work.
I'm simply informing you that if someone took this job to Celia, that he was most likely a runner. We have plenty of dwarven individuals here, so may want to be a little more specific.
He was specifically carrying meat for the guild's master to a creature named Exxon.
I don't know on the top of my head, but you may want to try the butcher. He may have more information. We do have a job board that we have posted here for more acceptable work. Down here, not entirely sure what section you're from, but down here in the south, we do have a more manageable board.
That sounds. I'm gonna take that as like that's not it. Like, never mind.
All right. All three of you go upstairs, where it is now dead quiet. The entire patrons are just wide-eyed watching you guys as you walk. No one's dealing with you now. You can only surmise as the word has been passed to not touch you. So, you guys exit out of the bar, currently standing outside.
Oh, Vera's
Actually,
walking
wait.
back to the blacksmith, and she's just gonna sit out front and wait
Yeah,
until her
actually, wait.
stuff is done.
We're walking up the same bar we came from, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Are those guys still on the floor? Or at least that one guy knocked out still on the floor?
They've been propped up onto a chair, and you see some of their friends are kind of like wafting with air, and they're kind of coming to consciousness, and they're like, you got to knock the fuck out. They're out of it, but they're like, ugh, got hit.
I'm so tempted to knock that guy out again, I swear.
I'm just gonna grab roll.
Don't touch me. Don't.
So,
I walk out the bar.
you guys, I'll say, a bit defeated. And that feeling permeates, but following Vera back to the blacksmith, sort of making another circle counterclockwise, a few steps. There is a bench outside, and currently, in a long, like a gown worth of chainmail, plops herself onto the to the bench, just looking down at the floor, and you just see like just red hair.
Well, technically, like little things flick off. Like they look like little leaves and stuff.
Yeah.
Like fall. Like it's just coming off, and she's just pissed.
I'm just gonna look at Vera and I'm like, you have no obligation to me. You shouldn't have escalated to this point. You don't have to do this.
I think I do at this point.
I don't think she has a choice.
If there's
I
anything
mean-
else you're hiding, feel free to tell me now.
Alright,
Yeah, that would
alright.
That would be great.
Because honestly, if I got strong enough, I could take off his head and I wouldn't care. I don't deal with people like that.
So he's the owner of the Coliseum where I picked that one. Had
That
I
one
known
has a
we
name.
were in the same guild, I wouldn't have done what I did. I work for a thieves guild. I haven't told you guys this because I may or may not be. I don't know.
You cut out the last part. You may or may not be what?
I may or may not be in danger. I'm not sure.
Why did you join? Let me guess, money.
Of course. I have a clan to take care of. We will just back.
There's better ways to make money.
For the most part, I don't do any thieving much. I mostly get acquired.
And fix beds.
What? No. Oh, I didn't fix the bets for the guild. I needed money.
How
I
did
woke
get
up in
involved
the
this?
alley. I needed
You cut out Temple.
Oh no.
again.
Is it back?
Not again. Like right when I didn't need money for the guild. I didn't fix the bet for the guild. I needed money for myself.
You gotta understand, I'm having a hard time understanding because I lived out in the woods off of nothing with no money, so it's a little hard for me to not be furious at the moment.
Not to mention, I've done nothing to be in this position.
You were.
You dragged me into this.
No, you kind of put yourself in it.
Really? I cheated that fight. That was me. I did that. No, that was you. Anything else you're hiding?
I was trying to explain why. I know you're angry with me.
Oh, angry is the understatement.
You hear from behind you, Vera. Is that you?
Oh, thank Christ. Please tell me you're done.
Your armor's sweaty.
Oh, thank God. She just walks in.
It's lovely.
This is not. No offense. It just doesn't fit, and I look like a freaking tin can walking around. Never mind. Thank you.
You kind of do.
Well,
Shut up.
well, regardless, I've gone ahead and measured it to your specifications, and slides back the armor. And there's obviously like a changing space. That you
Yeah,
can...
I'm gonna go. This is much better.
And it fits like a dream.
She's just gonna hug the blacksmith.
You lift her up because she's a dwarf, and you just lift her up, and she's like, "Oh, okay." There. Simply business.
There.
Sorry. Rough day, and I've been waiting a very long time to get this done.
All right. Well,
While we're there, I'm just gonna ask the blacksmith. I'm like, "You make armor, right?
I do.
How much to make armor for that one?"
What type?
That one has a name!
What type?
For
are
the
we
second
thinking?
time!
What type of armor are we thinking?
Medium armor?
Medium armor. I'm thinking maybe a breastplate, maybe a chain shirt.
I'm gonna need a lot of protection.
A lot of protection. Well, it's a bit pricey. I can make a chain mail like your friend here, or plate armor, but that can get quite expensive.
How much is the chainmail?
All right, here we go. That would be 75 gold pieces.
And the breastplate?
Breastplate, oof. That would be 400 gold pieces. Then we also have half plate and scale mail, but this is where we get more pricey.
I take out the silver box. I pop the bottom and take out 75 pieces. Put it on the counter. I'll take the chainmail.
I'm not gonna ask, and I'm gonna walk out. She's still thinking.
I don't know if Rolly would realize that was the box from the carriage. So I don't know if he was paying attention to that.
Hold on, I'm actually getting like conflicting. I think it is 75 pieces. Let me double check. I don't want to.
I have the prices if you want them.
Yes, if you happen to have that for you or on you.
Yeah. So the chain shirt is 50, scale mail is 50, breastplate is 400, and half plate 750.
How much is chain mail?
Chain mail is heavy, so I wouldn't be able to wear that.
I thought you said me. Oh, that's the same medium or light. Never
chain
mind.
shirt.
Oh, my bad. Oh, it's a chain shirt then. Okay.
Shirt.
Chain shirt.
I mean, if you want to give me chain mail for...
Chain shirt is 50 gold pieces.
I'm just gonna pay her the 50.
Perfect. I'll have it ready within 2 days.
Thank you.
Absolutely. So, go ahead and mark that down for 2 days until you get your chain mail. Or chain shirt. Chain shirt. So, before we end it for today, a few things to keep in mind. Is you have 3 months, or at least you were instructed, 4 months.
4 months.
4 months instructed to locate and bring back the diary of Richard Thogmore. Wait, Richard.
I just put Richard.
Richard, that one guy.
Richard, that one guy.
That one guy.
I swear I have it written down somewhere. I have so many notes.
You said it earlier.
Thogmore. It was Thogmore. So Richard Thogmore, 4 months for that. Feck Underwood, or Middledeep, Feck Middledeep, asked you to come back within a year.
In a year.
You were instructed by Garwin Kem to maybe check with the butcher, see if they know anything. And of course, there are also the Then I heard the cat burp.
No, I yawned.
Oh, okay. There's also, the magical shop that's in this space, as well as I know you're looking for horses. If you wanted to travel faster, that's also in this area. So, a few things to think about.
Horsies.
For the carriage. Yeah, we're going up north still.
All right. Well, I think that's about it, guys.
Yay!
Bit of a conflict, but you know what? Now we're moving past it. See what that leads us to. So until then, we'll check you guys next Saturday. Once again, if you're interested, we still have some merch available. You can go ahead and check on the Twitch panels. We'll be getting ours hopefully soon, so we can show it off. I know, Temple, I can't wait to see how the mug looks. Wait, did you order a mug? Oh, we're gonna get a mug too, and have a shirt coming as well. But
Let's
yeah,
just see the shirt.
we stream here every Saturday at 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and we'll go on until about 6. So, till then, check you guys next Saturday. Bye.
Bye.